Let's finish up round one here. Yeah, so, hey guys, how you going? So down BK Sport, we are finishing up round one of the NRL season, where the Storm, Melbourne Storm, are going to be taking on the Parramatta Eels, the Parramatta Eels, in a game that most will expect the result of the Storm. Most will come into it just assuming that the Storm have this one in the bag. They have won like 22 straight years in a row, round one. The Melbourne Storm, I don't believe, have lost since like 2002 or something ridiculous when it comes to round one. So it's a very difficult task for the Eels to overcome, especially with the fact that they don't even have Mitchell Moses as well. This is going to be a tough one for them. Absolutely. This is going to be a tough one. You know, so much goes against them, right? You look at the Melbourne Storm in 2024, they ended up on the season getting to the grand final. Obviously, I think they finished. They didn't get the minor premiers. No, the Panthers did, didn't they? Or did they get minor premiers? They did. They got the minor premiership. They had 44 points. They only lost the 5 games throughout the season. Whilst the Eels, on the other hand, they came in 15th position. They had the opportunity to be last if they lost the last game of the season, but obviously were able to beat the Tigers in that game. So ignore that, but the fact is that there is a potential at the end of that they could have been last with the worst defence in the league, but they were able to switch it around for that very last game against the Tigers, which gave them their 3rd year in a row. So, look, coming in from last year, you give the Eels no chance, with no Moses as well, which was a big portion, a big reason as to why the Eels struggled so much last year. This is also in Melbourne as well. Geez, this is the hardest matchup that Parramatta could have asked for. They actually have a relatively decent record against the Panthers in the regular season specifically. They actually have the ability to kind of beat all 15 other teams. But I just feel like this is just the most difficult game that anybody could have asked for in round one, to play a team that hasn't lost since the very early 2000s in round one, was in the grand final last year, and the Eels aren't even fully healthy. So, wow, good luck, good luck. But this is obviously the first game for both these two teams, so maybe if you to play devil's advocate to the Storm here, maybe they're not ready for it, maybe they do start off slow, maybe... Shit, I don't know how to put a positive spin on it, to be completely honest with you, for the Eels, because this is also like the first time in a long time that Munster, Jerome Hughes, Little Puppy, Ryan Pappenhausen, and Harry Grant have all played on the field at the same time too. Everything is in their favour, man. Good conditions down there. Wowee, buckle up, Parramatta. Buckle up. You're in for a tough one here. But let's get into the... let me just check something here. All good. Let's get into the two-team lineups here, guys. Obviously, smash that thumbs up button and subscribe. Tomorrow I'll be in Hong Kong, and then on Tuesday I'll be in India, but we will be live streaming every game from New Delhi next week, regardless. The time zone is actually really good. So the 7 or 8 p.m. time slot on a Thursday night ends up being like 3:30 in the afternoon for me over there. So it's kind of beautiful because it's too hot during the day there. So it's actually beautiful timing that those late games are actually still basically in the early afternoon, mid-afternoon kind of deal. So it's going to be great. It's going to be perfect timing so that I can do all the games, man, as per usual. But terrifying and excited, that's for sure. Terrifying and excited. But all right, the Storm at home at Melbourne, Amy Park, going up against the Parramatta Eels. The Storm lineup today, a little puppy, Ryan Pappenhausen, with the wings being Will Warbrick and Xavier Coates. Centres, Jack Howarth and Nick Meaney. The 5'8" being Cameron Munster, and the halfback being Jerome Hughes. You go to the front row forwards, and there is Stefano Utuikamanu, the new man from the West Tigers, and Josh King as well, who is a very hard worker. You go into number 9, Harry Grant, the captain, with the back row, Sean Ballor and Elias Ekatoa. The 13 is Trent Loiero. Interchange, Tyrone Wishart, Alec McDonald, Tui Gamigamita, the big Dosoviti Fijian man, get around him, and then Lazarus Valepu, with the 18th man replacement being Grant Anderson, Dasmate's favourite bloke, and Craig Bellamy is obviously the coach for the 1000th year in a row. Everyone's still waiting for it. Everyone's still waiting for him to leave, because that's the last hope of mankind. Craig Bellamy leaving the Storm is the last hope of mankind that this team will ever potentially struggle in any part of history. Because I want to see their true fans, man. I want to see which Storm fans are there for it when their team struggles, because they have never struggled. Don't give me 2010. I don't want to hear that shit, because at the end of the day, you still had Cameron Smith staying, Billy Slater staying, Cooper Cronk staying, all these guys, and you still won quite a few games throughout that season where you couldn't get any points because of the cheating and whatnot in the salary cap. So I want to see the Storm at some point struggle, not for my own benefit, because I want to see who the real ones are, man. I want to see the real fans and where they're at. But you look at this team, they're probably going to win today. Like, I usually I do my tip after I do the two lineups, but Like, come on, man. That 1 through 7 is filthy. Like, Little Mullen and Puppy Run, Pappenhausen, Warbrick, Howarth, Meaney, Coates, Munster, and Hughes is just diabolical. It really is. It's ridiculous. There's a reason why this team is the favourites to win the comp, despite the fact the Panthers have won 4 years in a row. They were in the grand final last year, only just lost out in the end, and, you know, they're hoping they can go one better this year. They did obviously win the comp in 2020, but 5 years is a long time for the Storm. It is. That's crazy to say. Still waiting as a Titans fan. Still waiting. Then again, the team across from the Storm today have been waiting for a lot longer than me, to be completely honest with you. The only issue that I would look at in regards to the Storm is that, and this is a real kind of specific one, just for the sake of trying to find some form of criticism and try to find some form of vulnerability from the Storm, and it is the names on paper from their forwards. Like, at the end of the day, Josh King isn't regarded too highly, but he is a hard worker and he will do his job, and he is a really, really workhorse kind of player. Utuukamanu, he's young, he was at the Tigers. He did have a New South Wales game the other year. Was it last year, game 1, or was it the year before? I can't remember. I feel like he did, didn't he? Or I might be off my rocker. But anyway, point of the matter is that we need to see him transition into the Storm team. Sometimes it takes a little bit for players to actually completely adjust to Craig Bellamy, which he kind of saw with Eliesa Katoa and Sean Blaw and the likes. But, I do back him in. We didn't have a great preseason, though, with Tukamanu. I don't believe he had a great preseason. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Why am I getting so many notifications? So I'm going to mute this shit. I gotta mute this shit. That's annoying because I have like that flash that comes up when you get a notification. But yeah, look, that's the only nitty gritty part. Like 8, 10, 11, 12, and 13. Like Eliesa Katoa is a big name star player with X Factor and whatnot. But everybody else there, Loiero, Blore, Josh King, and Utukamanu. Utukamanu has that potential up there. But everybody else there, I would say on paper does kind of make you think, like, you look at teams like the Titans, right, that have Tino, David Fafita, Bowie Firma, they have Moeki Fodawaker, now they have Regan Campbell-Gillard, but yet you see this Storm forward pack will quite usually overpower that on-paper name forward pack. So that's the benefit of the Storm, that even though they don't have necessarily the big name players in the forwards, they have all of them in the back line, the forwards still get it done at an elite level, right? They just get their job done, and it's crazy how the Storm just continuously be successful. So that's the Storm, little preview there. For the Eels, you've got the fullback, Isaiah Yongi, with the wingers being Sean Russell and Jake Tungle. The centers are Taxman, Zach Lomax, and Will Penasini, with the 5'8" being Dylan Brown, and the halfback is Ronald Volkman. Obviously, they are missing Mitchell Moses for, I think, the first 6 weeks of the season. So that's going to be a tough one for them. Volkman was originally at the Roosters. I believe he definitely went to the Warriors then. And then there was a big mix-up in regards to him going to the St. George Illawarra Dragons, where the Warriors said he wasn't injured when he left. The Dragons said he was injured when he came. Neither one of them wanted to pay. I think the Warriors ended up paying his contract or whatever for the year. And then now he's at the Eels. Something along those lines, man. Don't quote me on word for word what I just said, but basically, Volkman's had a really tough tenure over these last couple of years, trying to firstly get back from injury, not having job security, but then having the mix-up from the Dragons. And I do believe that there's going to be 3 sides to the story, right? There's going to be the Warriors' truth, the Dragons' truth, and there's going to be the middle where both of them intertwine. But at the end of the day, honestly, Warriors, take your hats off to the Warriors, because they did a good job, I believe, of paying him, if I'm not mistaken. Look, he's a good young player. Need to see it. We don't know. We don't know how he's going to go at the big league level. I know Warriors fans were super hyped about him for a long time, but it just never kind of eventuated. Sean Johnson was there, and it just went a little bit too long for Volkman to stay, and that's why he's obviously elsewhere now. You go to the front row forwards, Joe Offahingawi and the big fella, Junior Bolo, captain, with the number 9 being Brendan Hands. Back row, Jack Williams and Kelma Tuolangi, with Jermaine Hopgood as the lock. Interchange, Riley Smith, Matt Drury, Charlie Geimer, and Sam Tuivaiti, with the 18th replacement being Tony Mataele, and the new coach for the Eels, Jason Riles. Obviously, Brad Arthur was sacked halfway through last season. Jason Riles now takes over. So now we're going to have to see the Eels take a new direction. We're going to have to see the Eels go in this new direction to try and win a premiership for the first time in, I think it's 39 years now. I think it's the 39th year. They're starting to really creep up towards that Cronulla Sharks 50-year drought that ended in 2016. So, the Eels, do they have the capacity to win this game? I just don't know if they have the ability to beat the Storm in this one. I really can't see it. You go man for man, player for player. Pappenhausen, Yongi. Taking Pappenhausen. Wingers of Coates and Warbrick versus Russell and Tungo. you're taking the wingers of Coates and Warbrick. The centres of Jack Howarth and Nick Meaney up against Will Pennison and Zach Lomax. This is one I would listen to you in regards to going with the centres of the Eels. I do think that the Eels centres there are probably ones that I would lean towards more so. But Howarth is a beast as well, and Nick Meaney, he could be defensively a bit of a liability sometimes. So I guess that's the only way that you can pinpoint a negative here in the Storm backline. The centres of the Eels, you could argue. Penasini, we've always waited for that next step, and he never really took that next step. Lomax took his next step last year, so we need to see him do it again with the Eels here. But Lomax took his next step last year. Penasini hasn't really taken that yet, but I would take the Eels centres over the Storm centres there. The halves, Munster and Hughes versus Brown and Volkman, you're not going to get any team that has the halves pairing of Munster and Hughes. So you take the Storm there. The props of Utu Kamanu and Josh King versus Ofahengawi and Bolo, I would say that that's pretty much a wash. I would be okay to have that as a wash. And Bolo's not the same player that he was quite a few years ago. Jonathan Gawi is fine. Utukamanu is potential and fine, but potential. And then Josh King is solid. So I would say that's a bit of a wash there in the props. Number 9, you're taking Harry Grant over Brendan Hands every day of the week. Sean Blaw and Elias Katoa, Jack Williams and Kemba Tuolangi. You're taking the back rubbers there for the Storm. And the 13 of Trent Loiero and Jermaine Hopgood. I probably would take Jermaine Hopgood, but I don't think he had as great a year. I think he's played 2 years now, if I'm not mistaken. I think he's played 2 years now. Let me quickly have a look here. He's 25 years of age. He's actually played 4 years now. Well, his first big year was 2023. He played 5 games for the Panthers in 2021 and 4 games for the Panthers in 2022. So he did play a couple of snaps, basically, in the 2021-22 seasons for the Panthers. But at the Eels, then he played 24, and then last year had 12. So last year was a much harder year for him. So I want to see him get back to his best, of course. I believe that it would have to be due to injury. It would have to be due to injury there. A healthy Jermaine Hopgood, I would be taking over Trent Loiero, but Trent Loiero is a solid player too. Nothing spectacular, but very solid. But a healthy Jermaine Hopgood I would take. And then the bench is not even close. Wishart, McDonald, Kamikamitha and Valepu versus Riley Smith, Matt Dury, Charlie Guymer and Sam Toi Vaiti. I'm taking the Storm every day of the week. So yeah, I've got a Storm here. And look, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to say 13 plus. Eels are going to have to surprise me greatly to win this game. Eels are going to have to surprise me greatly to be in and competitive in this game. But again, it is round 1 and anything can happen, man. It is round 1 and anything can happen. So, all right, let's get into it. Let's see what you guys are saying in the chat. Obviously, if you don't hit that thumbs up button, your team is going to lose every game for the rest of the season. Your team will not only lose every game for the rest of the season if you don't hit that thumbs up button and subscribe, but your team will be removed and given to the North Sydney Bears. So if you don't want your team to become the North Sydney Bears, you have to hit that thumbs up button and you have to subscribe. It's just, it is. This is the law around here. You know, I don't make the law. I make the law. Not me. I make it. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I don't make the law, just me. But all right, let's get into the chat. Ben Frickus says, hey, Blaze. Hello, sir. Jack Kirkman says, my power's gone. Have to use hotspot. Yeah, I've heard a lot of people in the Southeast Queensland area now have no power. Like 350,000 people have no power right now, that's tough, man. God bless everybody back home in Southeast Queensland. Skunkle says, glad you're still with us, Ben. We'll see how long into the season you're saying that, Skunkle, with Mr. Ben Fricker, especially if the Cowboys play what they did last night. Like, I feel like my brain still hurts from watching some of the plays the Cowboys were making last night against the Manly Sea Eagles. Very impressed by Manly, though. Like, gee whiz. So I'm so impressed how Manly played, man. And Tom Trbojevic, I'm telling you, if they play like that, if Manly play like that this season, I'm telling you right now, Manly have a chance to win the comp. Manly would have a chance to win the comp if they play like they did last night. E.B. Williams to Storm 100 plus. we're round 1. We've already got people tipping Storm 100 plus. Dylan Kane's, dude, how about those balls? Giddy up. Go Storm. Exactly right, Dylan Kane. Giddy up. Sound. The ball's doing all right. Don't know how to tank properly, but they're not obviously tanking. Because they're basically locked in for a playing spot. I would hope to, when I'm in India, because it's been too hectic this last couple of weeks, adjusting and doing a whole bunch of stuff, being in Vegas and Hawaii and now Fiji and then Hong Kong tomorrow and India and all that. So it's been very hectic, but we will be getting straight back into the Bulls content. There's not much to go of the season, but I will be covering the draft, I will be covering the lottery, and we will be still covering it, man. So don't freak out if you are a Bulls fan and wondering where the Bulls content has been. It's just been, there's a massive, Jay's favourite word, massive transition process at the moment, especially with the BKO travel stuff too, because there's Las Vegas vlog starting, as you can see, tomorrow over on BKO Travel. Dasmate says, it's round one, blah, blah. That might be a fact, but what else is a fact? Oh, here we go. Oh, for gosh sake. Oh my gosh, he's about to talk to me about the dogs again. Oh my gosh. We're about to hear about how the dogs are going undefeated or some shit, I bet ya. Here we go. Round one, blah, blah. That might be a fact, but what else is a fact? That the dogs are higher on the ladder than both grand finalists from last year. You know, it is a fact, but there's another fact for you, and the Titans are also undefeated. You know, the Titans are also undefeated. We haven't conceded a single point all season. You know, tell me I'm wrong. I would implore every single human being that's currently watching this stream to prove me wrong. Are the Titans undefeated? Are they? And have they conceded a point this year? If you can tell me they have, you're a magician. You really are. So, look, I think that people are underestimating the Titans and think they're going to clearly win the comp with a stat line like that after round one. Gross said the Worcester Dragons could have Storm bad years when they come fifth. Yeah, no, I know the feeling, mate. Yeah. No, the Titans have won three. We've won. The Titans have won back to back, fourth last. How good's that? So not only did we add a team into the competition, so we came 13th in 2020. 2022, we made the finals in 2021. 2022, we came 13th and fourth last. And then in 2023, we came 14th, which was still fourth last. And then in 2024, we came 14th, which was also fourth last. So, hey, consistency. You know, people hate on it. They say, oh, Titans no good. Bullshit. They're more consistent than your team. Because you probably come 11th, and then you probably come 13th, and you probably come maybe 8th or something like that. Who wants that? I want consistency. Every NRL fan's always saying consistency. Well, you can't get more consistent than the West Tigers. Who's another one there? The Gold Coast Titans. Or the Panthers. There's three teams. I think they're all the same. I would say the Tigers, the Titans, and the Panthers are all the same. All the same. So welcome, Tigers, to the Wolfpack. Jacko says, I know that this is said every year and honestly feels like a loop, but do you think the Sharks are better and can make a deeper run this year's finals? Jacko, have you watched my preseason predictions video? Did you watch when I did my full 1 through 17 ladder prediction? If not, I implore you to watch it. I implore you to watch it. Mitchell says, Game 2, 2023, he was rested for Game 3. Oh yeah, he was rested for Game 3. It's incredible. He rested for Game 3. I do remember hearing those words, that he was getting rested for Game 3. It's incredible, man. It really is incredible. Grace says, who's the first centre? Sorry, I didn't catch what you said. You're talking about Tex-Man, do you Tex-Man? Grace says, Lomax is so bad that make their sense duo one of the worst in the comp. Lomax is a Muppet Taxman. Hey, a lot happened in that comment, that's for sure. There was a lot going on there. Sandra says, yo, last leg of my multi-storm 13 plus. I can cash out for $700 or risk it for 1.25k. I say risk it, but because you've told us about the bet, 1.25k, 10%, potato, tomato, donate $500. How about that? You got to risk it. Was a $50 bonus bet, by the way. Oh, beautiful. 10%. Lovely. Lovely, Sunday. You know the rules, really. You know the rules around here. You know the rules. Eric says, LLS Storm. Stewie says, who you got anytime try scorer? Get a dart, throw it at the board, and just have Storm players all around, because that's how it's going to work out. I could see, honestly, all of them. Like, if you look at last year, so Jason Ryles is a new coach. This is why this is a hard game to look at in a lot of ways. Because Jason Ryles is a new coach. He would have emphasised defence. Last year, the Eels gave up like 700 and... Hold on, I'll go get the actual number for you. They gave up... By the way, guys, 5 minutes to go until kickoff. Hit that thumbs up button, subscribe. So last year, in round 27, the Eels conceded 716 points. The Tigers had conceded 750, but that was only based off of that 50 smack up in the last game by the Eels. So 716 is what they gave up, which is the second worst defence in the comp. Decently, 34 points away from the Rabbitohs, nearly 60 odd worse. I think it is 60. 66, 76, 86, 96, 106. It's 60 points worse off than the Titans. Right, so I don't know why I had to clarify that, because it's pretty clearly 60. But 60 points worse than the Titans, which is a problem. That's a big old problem, son. Ooh, it's a big old problem. Yes, sir. That is a problem. Cowboys, they got ripped for their defense last year, conceded 568, which is a whole 150 odd less than the Eels. So the Eels, their biggest worry is clearly their defense, whilst the Storm. And the Eels last year scored quite a few points. That's the thing. They scored 561 points, which was better than the Tigers, the Rabbitohs, the Titans, the Warriors, the Broncos, the Dragons, the Raiders, and the Knights, and the Bulldogs. So the Eels finished in 15th, but they had more points scored than the Bulldogs, who finished in 6th. So they can score, they just can't defend for shit. So that's the thing that they would have obviously focused on in this off-season, and Jason Riles would have been trying to lock down that one. So that's kind of what we've got to be looking at today. You know, their defense, man. They got up against a Storm team that, you know, they're pretty good. the Storm are pretty good, man. The Storm are pretty good. Actually, I want to see how many points the Storm scored last year. Weren't they the second highest? Were they the highest? I think they might have been the highest. 692. No, they were second highest to the Roosters. Yeah. So the Storm scored 692 points last season. Only conceded 449, which was the fourth best defense behind the Panthers, the Sharks, and the Dogs. And then it was the Storm. But they scored 692 points. So a bit of a switcheroo. In regards to that one. But this is going to be a very tough game for the Eels in so many departments. A lot of departments. We're going to rate it a department, so this is like Walmart right now. It's like Walmart. So, yeah, Stuart, look, anyone is my answer to your question in who could score tonight. Honestly, literally bet on every backline play nearly. Good luck, Aguero. What did Aguero do? I need Storm to win, Coates and Warbrick to... Coates and Warbrick to score. Your English is something else today. To score $50. $45, because we get 10% here. And it just says, Blaze, I was talking to my dad about Vegas. Is it true that once you left the stadium, you weren't allowed back? Well, sure, but like you can, if you left the stadium itself, I saw more about to come out, by the way, the Eels are already on the field. You could leave the stadium without leaving the stadium. So if you actually left the gates of the stadium, then sure, I would assume so. I never had to do that. But that's like every stadium around the world pretty much, especially in Australia. Like if you leave Suncorp through the gates, then you can't come... Oh, actually, no. To be fair, they do have the re-entry in Australia now. They never used to. Anyway, point is that, yeah, no, at Elysian, I would assume maybe, but you wouldn't need to. Like if he was a smoker or wanted to go chill outside for a bit, then there was a whole section around. Like you could walk around the whole stadium whilst within the precinct, right? So maybe, but again, I didn't need to go out and leave. But here's a little fun fact for everybody. In America, especially Vegas at Allegiant Stadium, you couldn't bring a bag in more than this. Not even like a purse that was like bigger than this. So they got like $20 per bag that they had to put in the like cloakroom outside. You should have seen the line. They would have made bank on this because Australians don't usually have this. They can usually bring a bag in to a game. But we had no idea. So even mum's purse, you couldn't bring in. Nothing. It was crazy. It was absolutely crazy. So it was $20 American to put it in there. Mitchell says, being consistently bad is better than being consistently good. Being consistent is the main thing here. Don't want to hear about good, bad, nothing. Not good, bad, nothing. Just being consistent. If you're consistent, you're doing all right. That's how I take it. Hillbilly says, if you take out 12 minutes of pure brilliance out of the Manly game, Cowboys actually won last night. Still a lot of room for improvement. Well, you could definitely look on the negative side of life for sure and be like Hillbilly. I would choose as a Manly fan to think my team's winning the comp after a performance like that last night. Like obviously there's room for improvement in every single game, but Manly were phenomenal. And also, if you take out 12 minutes of pure brilliance out of Manly, that happened though. it happened. Manly looked much better for the 65 odd minutes until like the Cowboys got a couple of how you going slate onto the game. Like at the end of the day, it was pure Manly dominance. You can choose to look at it your way. I would disagree with looking at it that way, but sure, like I can see where you're coming from. So the Eels will kick it off for you guys. Like I said, thumbs up and subscribe, and don't forget to subscribe to BCAL Travel. We're on our way now to 1,200 subscribers over there. But the Storm will get this ball here to the 8 on first tackle. Aguero says, coming top 4 is overrated. Coming top 2 is even more overrated. Coming first is on the worst things that could happen to your club. Coming 4th last is exactly where you want to be, actually. Exactly where you want to be. Skunk says, Alec McDonald, anytime try scorer. That is such a random try scorer, but sure. I think that out of all 17 players on this Melbourne Storm team, this is a good set here already. Jack Howarth to the 45. Fourth take, I'm going to turn this up a little bit. Out of all the players you could have said on the Melbourne Storm team, Alec McDonald would have to be the most random anytime try scorer. That is for sure. Fit tackle now for the Storm at the halfway point. You have to let it ride, Sando. Let it ride. Let it ride, baby. Let it ride. Mitchell says, you're lucky I don't time you out for that comment on what did he say? Oh, Eels nearly knocked that on there, Yongi, but he'll be taken down at the 10. To RHA says, Tigers need to change or replace Galvin. He's not performing well. Okay. Well, everyone was circle jerking him all last season, saying he was the greatest thing to come since sliced bread. It was Zach Lomax just got taken back to the 5. Jeez, the accountants are on top of him, that's for sure. Third tackle for the Eels at the 15. It's crazy that one game makes everyone now say replace Galvin. Really? Is this what we're doing? Like one game. We're saying one game is now means that we need to replace Lachlan Galvin. I'm sorry, but I don't understand it. I don't understand how we've come to this point. Last year, everyone was talking about how good he was playing for the Tigers, and he was their best player, despite the fact that was an awful kick from the Eels, and that'll be Storm ball here at the 42. Unfortunately, Volkman didn't get a good amount of depth on that one. So you look at, actually, let's go quickly. We can go quickly have a look here at the stats of Lachlan Galvin last year, and it's taken one game for us all to apparently forget about that. All right, so where is it? Oh, jeez. Oh, no, I clicked on the Broncos Storm game. 50-12 to the Storm, just want to remind them. All right, so where's the team list? Oh, for gosh sake. I hate the ads coming up late, which forces you to click on. I know you do this deliberately, NRL. I know you do this deliberately because it means someone clicks on your ad. All right, Storm ball here, second tackle at the 45 on the Eel side of the field. So 22 appearances last year for 4 tries. Oh, that's all it's going to give us. Okay. Well, anyway, long story short, you're wrong. Do not need to get rid of Galvin. But that's how we got there. But that was just giving us tries for some unknown reason. But the Storm are off to the better start here, that's for sure. Jay, I tell you what, I can't believe you've forgotten to tell me to refresh this. I can't believe you've forgotten, mate. Can't believe it. You know, I've had to do it again. It really is something ridiculous. It's getting ridiculous at this point, Jay. You know, what do we pay you for, you know? What do we pay you for? So, that's going to be Eels ball now at the 30, so I had to refresh that. Jay forgot to tell me. Hey says, yeah, Eels defense is trash at the moment. It's not great, that's for sure. It is not great. I just want to make sure that we are live right now. Can you just tell me how many fingers I'm holding up? Hey says, go Storm, eat these Eels. Look, the Storm will win this game. The Storm will win this game. In my opinion, anyway. Unless Jason Ryles has performed a miracle in the preseason and over the off-season. Unless he has performed an absolute miracle. And that'll be 4 tackle now for the Eels at the 40. Okay, so it's about 8 seconds. 8 to 10 seconds behind is the chat. 8 to 10 seconds behind. All right, fit tackle now at the 35. 4 minutes into the game. I tell you, if the Eels win this game, it really will be such an incredible shock. Because again, the Storm have not lost a regular season game in round 1 since like 2001 or something ridiculous. So that's a penalty here to the Melbourne Storm. Jermaine Hopgood gives away the penalty. So Storm coming off their own 10 will get a little bit of a get out of jail free card, son. Bit of get out of jail free card. Always love to get out of jail. It's a good crowd there, but again, I need to see the team struggle before I can say that the Storm have real fans. It's all well and good to be there all the time when your team's winning. Need to see when the team is losing to see who actually cares about the Storm and who is just there because the team is winning. All right, so first tackle. Is there an AFL game on down there today, surely? I know they have like the split rounds and whatnot. Is there an AFL game on today? Oh, it's a really... I know it's a short round 1 and whatnot, but surely they have a game on today, don't you? On a Sunday down there in Melbourne? 34-19 to GWS over Collingwood. That's in Sydney, though, so there's nothing competing with this at the moment. All right, Nick Manny will be taken down 28 metres away from the line. 4 tackle. 4 tackle. And now 5th at the 20. Let's see if the Eels can stop him. Can the Eels hold him out? Good little run by Harry Grant. Off to Pappenhausen. Steps on the inside. Oh, not bad. Tried. I think, yeah. Little Mama Limpapi with the try time there for the Melbourne Storm. Little Mama Man, Little Papi. gets the try. It gets knocked back by the Eels, and then he puts it down. Hillbilly says, no part of me believes Para can win this, but I've lost count of how many times Squeals have upset the Drizzle. Really? Are you thinking of the Storm or the Panthers? I know they upset the Panthers a lot. Yeah, they knocked that back there. I think maybe it was... I'm not even too sure who does knock this back here for the Eels, but it was good to knock it down. It might be Volkman. Yeah, it is. Volkman knocks it down, and then Pappenhausen grabs it with the regather. There's nothing wrong with what Volkman did just then. Nothing wrong with what Volkman did, but the Melbourne Storm will score. And just a bit of a lucky bounce there for Pappenhausen, but if Volkman doesn't touch it, it goes to a Storm player regardless. This game could be quite hefty if the game continues on like this. Could be quite hefty, my friends. Quite hefty. But no, I agree with you, Hillbilly. Like, I've tried to find any kind of possible potential that the Eels could win this, and I just can't realistically think of their path to victory here. Like, where would their path to victory be? I could not tell you. I could not find it. All right, so 4-0 here. You just can't turn this team around that quickly. Like, it's just way too quick of a turnaround, to be fair. From last season to immediately round one. Like I said, this is the most difficult matchup across the entirety of the league. It's not Vegas, it's not Panthers away, it's not Broncos away, it's not nobody away except for the Storm away. The Storm are the hardest team to play in round one, and that's a statistical fact. It's a statistical fact. Oh, Sean Bloor running off to the left of Pappenhausen just then too. Sean Bloor. All right. And it's like, well, Lomax isn't exactly known for his defense. Like, you go and have a look at who the Eels have signed this year. They've brought in Lomax. It's not like their team defensively really gets it going for you. Like, what really kind of shines out, I don't know about Young's defense, to be fair. This would be his debut game, isn't it? Yeah, this is his day. Oh, no, he played one game for the Panthers last year. Wow, that's dodgy. That's an Ash Taylor that the Broncos can't deal with. The Broncos deliberately debuted him just so they could say that he actually played for them first. Yeah, like Yongi's first game, so can't really judge that. Russell's not great. Penasini's 50-50. Lomax is 50-50. Tungo, Shaw, Dylan Brown, sometimes. Volkman, I'm not too sure about. You know, and the forwards are like 50-50 too. Cummins Walangi's not known as a great defender. There's some hard workers there for sure, but overall, like, you do still worry about the Eels this year. Where did I put the Eels actually in the pre-season? I think I had them. Like, I think I had them at 13th or something, didn't I? Oh, he's going over the sideline. No, he was damn well close though. Eels get the ball at the 15 on their side of the field. Sport actually says I don't get the matchups for round one. Bad matches, too many blowouts. Yeah, but how are you meant to really know? Like, you're not going to... People are going to turn up to round one regardless, right? So you've got to think of it from a business perspective. No matter what, people are going to turn up to round one because all teams have a chance. So you may as well kind of get a few lesser cared for... Oh, that's a penalty to the Eels here at the 25. You may as well get rid of a few lesser cared for mid-season matchups now because you are guaranteed going to get an audience there. For example, Storm vs Eels is actually, by name... It's not too bad of a mid-season matchup, to be honest with you. But then again, I'm kind of thinking of the last couple of years, maybe minus last year, sorry. So the years before that. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like this is okay. The Sharks-Panthers was a good matchup in Vegas. Raiders-Warriors was a good matchup before the game. You know, everyone was sipping the Warriors, so you can't tell me that was a bad matchup. No, it was a blowout, but it was a good matchup pre-game. You can't define what's going to happen in the game. The Bulldogs-Dragons was a great matchup. Actually, I disagree with you. I disagree. Yeah, there's been some blowouts, but at the end of the day, like, you know, how can you tell me the Roosters-Broncos isn't a good matchup pre-game? Forward tackle now 8 metres away here for the Eels. Can they get an attack going? Yes, no, they can't. 7 metres away. Fid tackle. Now they get this back onto the inside for Dylan Brown. He kicks that ball across, and well done. Good catch there by Jack Howard for the Melbourne Storm. 10 minutes gone, you guys, for the first half. Hit that thumbs up button, subscribe. 10 minutes gone, and Jack Howard will bring it out to the 15. So no, I disagree. You look at the matchups, and it's like maybe you're just looking purely at the scores that have come from them, but you can't blame the NRL for putting... Again, Raiders-Warriors beforehand was a close one. You never knew who was going to win. Panthers-Sharks was a close game, and the Panthers won the comp the last 4 years. The Sharks, I believe, win the comp this year. The Broncos and Roosters, you can't tell me that was a bad matchup beforehand. Tigers and Knights, two teams down the lower end of the table, sure. That's going to be a penalty here to the Storm too. Penalty to the Storm. Rabbitohs and Dolphins, Wayne Bennett versus his old club. Dragons versus Bulldogs is a massive rivalry. Manly versus Cowboys, you kind of that's the filler in because the Storm and the Eels game comes with the Titans having the bye. So, no, I think that you've looked too deeply into the scorelines, and there is a lot of context behind the games that have been displayed. And scorelines cannot be predicted beforehand. Go back to last year and tell me you thought Roosters Broncos would be an absolute blowout when they did the scheduling. All right, so first tackle now for the Storm at the 40. They give it off here to Cameron Munster. Munster here to Josh King, and Josh King's going to be 35 metres away. Blake Ellis says the fact Lomax is in the centres is crazy. He's very stubborn, that's for sure. Speaking from experience, he's very stubborn. I don't understand why he wouldn't be in the position that got him into New South Wales. He had his best year of all time last year. Why would he go to the centres? He's very desperate for that centre position, weirdly enough. He's very desperate to get back to the flicking the pass into Rose Z ways that he was known for in the centres. Cameron Munster, short ball. That's one of the easiest tries you will ever see for Josh King. Right under the post, and the Melbourne Storm are on fire already. Early doors, and they're pacing them apart. Early doors, and they are pacing them apart. Eels, gee whiz. But reply, Sport Reactions. I want you to tell me if you agree with my reply to you, because I feel like just looking at the scorelines doesn't kind of go along with the pre-thoughts to all the games we've watched. One that was I don't even know if Ben Hunt had signed by the time they'd done the schedule. Oh yeah, he would have signed, but in the same sense, you just can't predict it. Mantle says, "What was that?" Not great, is what that was. No, not great. That was a very easy try for Josh King, literally right onto the post. Skunkles is so glad I'm not a Paris supporter. Well, you are a Titans supporter, Skunkle. Hey, but like I said before, we're undefeated and we haven't conceded a point so far this season. Hey, maybe the Storm might tie us with that, but who cares about attack? We don't care about points. We haven't conceded a single point this season, and we're undefeated. That's all I know for the Titans. Yeah, go and have a look at the top of the table. The Broncos, yeah, sure, they won their game, but they gave up more points than the Titans did. It's just facts at this point. It's just facts. But the Eels are a hard team to support in. They absolutely would be. 39 years is a long time. They obviously claim the 4 premierships they've won, but they don't actually acknowledge the fact that they weren't NRL. They weren't national premierships. They were state championships. So that was when it was the New South Wales Rugby League, and the Broncos weren't even in the comp then. I think their last comp win was 86, and then the Broncos came in 88. Because they won 3 in a row there. I think they won 93 and then 95. No, they might have won 92 and then 94, 95 and 96. Did Andrew leave the chat already? His uncle says, did Andrew come before? Was Andrew here? Oh, you're talking about Andrew there. Is that Andrew Backhouse? Oh, he must have changed his profile picture or something. I didn't realise that was Andrew Backhouse. All right, so it's going to be first tackle now for the Storm, and they're at the 15. I tell you what, that stream next Sunday, moderators, I'm going to need you I'm going to need you at your pure firing best, son. Titans, Dogs, that'll be our first regular season live stream of the Titans in, a good 3 years. 3 years, maybe. 4 years. Something like that. That's a heavy one to start off with here on the live streams for the Titans. The old Dogs fans. By the way, anyone who's seen that video, that's just so... Oh, here we go. They're away again. Cameron Munster flicks it. Oh, they nearly got away again. Jack Howard at the 40, fifth tackle. Didn't want us to disappear because he knew it was coming. He knew it was coming. He knew it was coming for him. So Jerome Hughes. Good chase here, good chase! Oh, just got away with the tackle, and Yongi gets to the 20. That was actually a nice little step to go around. I think it was Coates that was aiming up. It was Xavier Coates who was aiming up for a big old hit there. Just couldn't get to him in time before he does the little step. Actually, I want to ask. So I'm doing a layover tomorrow in Hong Kong. Who here has been to Hong Kong? And if so, would you suggest it's worthwhile? I don't leave until 10 a.m. tomorrow on Tuesday morning for New Delhi. Would you suggest going into downtown and going to grab something to eat in the downtown central, like Kowloon Street or something? Or would you suggest just staying at the airport/hotel for the night? I don't know if it's worth it. Like, if I was there for an extra day, I would have gone to Disneyland. But I'm not. So if anyone here has been to Hong Kong, can you let me know if it's worth it going all the way in? Xavier Coates here. Look at him get those legs pumping. Oh, he's pumping, son. Oh, he's unbelievable. At the 50, the 45, the 40. That's a great tackle. But geez, that was an unbelievable run from Xavier Coates from around the 10. And you just saw those legs, big chunky legs pumping down that right-hand sideline. Does get tackled at the attack of 40, but the Storm are going to win by a canter in this game. They're going to win by a canter. Jason, hit some Hong Kong mattress all night long. You need help. That's what you need. You need help. Or Josh King with a good offload. Jerome Hughes now. He will step and he'll be taken down at the 30, third tackle. Buddy, Hong Kong mattress all night long. You need someone. You need some help. You need some help. Good offload there by Trent Loiero. Gives it to Munster. Munster gives it to Pappenhausen. Ah, the step from Puppy. My man. Pass the ball. Pass the ball. Munster. Oh, Harry Grant. Short ball. Jerome Hughes. He gets the ball offloaded and the Eels get the ball. What on earth was that from Jerome Hughes? So Eels will get the ball at the 2. Ryan Pappenhausen is on fire at the moment. Yeah, right. I don't understand why he didn't pass that ball though. If he passes that ball, it would have been in. Yeah, exactly right. If Puppy passes the ball there, it's a guaranteed try. That is a big bomb try. Blake Carter says, "Come on to Alungi already off rip to anyone that got him on Supercoach." What, he's off injured, is he? What happened to him? I didn't even see there was an injury. Jeez, the Eels. No, Sundo just got home. Good start. Sundo, you have absolutely nothing to worry about, son. Looking forward to the donation. Eels kick that ball on fit tackle into the centre and little Malamelo Puppy on the run. Oh, this is going to be a domination, man. This is going to be domination. There's something happening in back play. There's an injury here. HIA. Is that Jack Williams? That's Jackie Williams from the Sharks, isn't he? He came across from the Sharks, did he? Yeah, Jack Williams from the Sharks. If you want to know some team stats right now, 65% Storm, 77% completion rate, 7 from 9. At least the Eels have a 5 from 5 completion rate, which is, not many, but good. I have Munster and Supercoach. Screw you, Pappy. Oh, was that little man? Was that pass going to go to Munster? Was that Munster on the inside, was it? I don't even know. Oh, here we go. Knocked back. Play knocked back by the Eels, maybe. Third tackle here for the Storm, and they're 20 metres away. Sean Bloor off to Munster. Munster now to Utukamanu, who slips over. 6 again for Melbourne. Oh, Eels fans, please, for the love of all that is mine. Oh, he's knocked that ball on. I'm telling you, I don't believe in Utukamanu. I just don't. I didn't see good in the preseason, and I don't like that just then. It's early on in his career. And that's lazy. That's lazy. It doesn't matter that you're up 12-0. You've got a fresh at 6, you're 15 metres out. I'm sorry, I just don't see it. I don't know about his work ethic, and I said this before the season started. I said this in the preseason. I don't know about his work ethic, man. I don't know if he's willing to work his heart out for this team. I saw even points of it at the Tigers, and I kind of tried to pass that off like that's the Tigers. But again, this is super early in the season. It's the first 18 minutes of his year here at the NRL level. But I am concerned about it. I really am. Because I just don't know if he has the energy and the care factor to take his game to the next level where we all know he can achieve if he actually cares for it. Aaron Bashino says, Stefano was overrated at the Tigers. Terrell May was way better for the Tigers. Terrell May was way better for the Tigers. Well, Terrell May is he cares. Like, he's solid. I'm not trying to shit on Stefano Utoikamanu here. I'm just trying to, say, I know you can do better. I know he can be better. You look at his size, you look at the way he runs, he can be a really good prop. I just haven't seen it at the Tigers. I agree with you that he was overrated at the Tigers, and I need to see it here at the Storm. Don't just coast because you're a Melbourne, man. Don't just go, that's a good tackle there by the number 17 for the Eels, Charlie Geimer. you can't just coast. Players could easily come to the Melbourne Storm and just coast thinking they're going to have a championship in the bag because the team around them is Munster, Norman Buppy, Jerome Hughes and Harry Grant with some phenomenal players all across the park. I really hope he hasn't come to just coast, because if there is one liability position for the Storm, it would be in the props. Blake Arthur says, wait, so long he went off for 4 minutes, now he's back on. Blake, you're off your rocker, son. You're off your rocker. But you're allowed to be drinking. It's Sunday, mate. You're allowed to have a few knockoff, not knockoff. You're allowed to have a few beers before the start of the working week. But all right, the Eels now will get taken down at the 5, and they'll get to sport at the 15. The only issue that I have with Terrell May is that there is, and I don't think it will happen, but there is a looming concern about kind of, oh man, I don't want to say it because I don't want it to be like a... His brothers have gone through controversial circumstances. Terrell May has also kind of been involved in controversial circumstances with the online world. I just say that is a concern that has happened with a few of the family members, but that's not me going at like family and stuff like that. That's just me going based off of his brothers in the league and kind of things that have circled around with him. So I just hope that he stays true and stays strong at the Tigers, because they deserve someone to actually give a shit about their club. They really do. Tigers fans absolutely deserve that. So... he's throwing the ball. That's Lomax special. Bro, well done. You've just lost 7 metres for your team based off of a ridiculous pass. I hate saying what I just said because it's like you're talking about family, but in the same sense, that's out in the full. You're talking about rugby league players. You know, and it goes to the LeBron James and Bronny situation with Stephen A. Smith as well. It's like, at the end of the day, I get Bronny's LeBron's son, so I can understand why LeBron's upset about it. But at the end of the day, on Stephen A. Smith's behalf, it's like, well, if you're a professional player, then the criticism will come regardless. You don't get special treatment just because you're LeBron's son. So it's like they're all professional players. That's why I'm okay with saying it and comparing, but I don't like talking like that. What was that last 2 plays? That was a Parramatta School special, Mr. Sando. There's a Parramatta School special. Very much special. Very much special. Where are you staying when you go to Vegas for the WWE, by the way, Sando? Yeah, I will tell you WWE fans out there, I've never really gotten into the WWE, but I would say that I'm watching more of it lately. Right hand side, Jerome Hughes. Good short ball. Meany taken down by Pensini at the 15 for tackle. I get it across here to Jerome Hughes. Jerome Hughes, short ball. Alec McDonald, 8 metres out. Skunkle, you're off your rocker if you think he's scoring. Harry Grant. Slow play the ball. Munster up in the air. Xavier Coates! Touchdown! You knew it. You knew it. I knew that winger wasn't jumping for it. You could see it a mile away. You knew Xavier Coates. Look at how much the Storm are caring right now. Look at how much they are looking hungry right now. That's a great kick from Munster over to Xavier Coates. Now, if you can see Utukamanu put in the same care factor, they'll get a good roll up the middle. And that's exactly what they're crying out for at the Melbourne Storm. Because if anything, you know, the Panthers now have no Luai and Fisher Harris against this Storm team. The Panthers may have beat the Sharks in Vegas, but that's like that really is a bit of a one-off game. I don't know. The Storm team looks good. Does he get it in? Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. That outfit of LeBron was crazy. Crazy, Mitchell. It's scary, especially when you're in the content game. Like, it's scary because people can make you say anything, right? Like, they could make you say anything and people will believe it. Like, if I hadn't have put out on my story saying that this was AI, people could have easily thought that LeBron James was calling out Stephen A. Smith for a fight. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna get even scarier. It'll get even more realistic. You know, you'll never know what's real and what's not real eventually. Aaron says that Xavier Coates had arguably the try of the season last year against the Wires. No, that was the try of the season. He jumped from 7 metres out, man. That was crazy on this stream. I think we had 450 people watching live. A lot of them obviously Warriors fans late up at night, and Xavier Coates with the most miraculous try from 7 metres out breaks all the odds. The Flamingo. Where's the Flamingo? Is Flamingo near like Planet Hollywood and stuff? I can't remember where the Flamingo was. I can't remember seeing the Flamingo. And Nick Meany will miss the kick. So we'll say 16-0 with 17 minutes to go here in the first half. How was the Venetian, by the way? You know, it's great. You'll see a vlog of it on BCAR Travel this week sometime. No, the Venetian Palazzo was great. So I didn't say the Venetian, I was at the Palazzo, which we did mention on here, but I said, I then backtracked on it and said that I wasn't staying there because I didn't want anyone to know, because trust me, I know most people here are normal people watching, but there are some people who call up and do random shit online, trust me. So that's why I backtracked on it. But I was saying the Venetian Palazzo, it was incredible, man. No, it was really good. The only issue that I found with it is that every time I put my key card on the door, it would zip me. Zip. It was so, it was brutal, man. It was brutal. Every single time. Same with Mum, so that was the only issue, which I will be mentioning on said video. 100 plus, that bloke might be right. Hey, Jay, we're on target. No, maybe not. They're not beating the clock just yet. They're not beating the clock just yet, but they're close enough. They're about 8 points away from beating the clock, or being on points on the same as the clock. So Storm here at the 30. Aaron says, Flamingo's closer to the strip than the MGM Grand, I believe, when I was looking to book him for Mania. Yeah, see, so Sunday is the one that I was telling you last night, Aaron. He's the one going to WWE as well. Munster goes, fakes it to Hughes. They get off to Elias and Katoa. Katoa with a big run. He's away. Try time coming up for the Storm. No, they've just... Oh, no! So close. That's double movement. That's absolutely double movement. Let's have a look at this one again. Are they going to call try? They've called try. I want to make sure. Did he not put his arm down and then reach out again? That was a great step there from Katoa to get around probably Isaiah Yongi. I just want to see that he doesn't his right arm doesn't hit the ground here first. This was nice work by Munster. Throws the dummy underneath Jerome Hughes again. Elias and Katoa knew he had Dylan Brown's number, $1 Million Man. And then Katoa with the fake dummy. He had no option there as well. Oh, he got away from the tackle. Okay, I thought that Yongi still had the legs. So he got away from the tackle, which is why he's able to get up again. No, completely fair try. So his arm does go down. I knew that the arm went down. I just thought that Yongi might have still had a hand on it at some point, which would have entitled it to be a double movement. But that is fine. That is fine. Yeah, no, I saw that now. Hillbilly, the tackler fell off. From behind at the live angle, I just thought he might have still had a hand or something on his ankles and whatnot. But no, the tackler did fall off. Yeah, the MGM Grand is on. It's all on the same strip. It's all on the strip. It's just you're more out of the main area, the central part of the strip. Like when you're thinking of Central Strip, you're thinking Bellagio, you're thinking Caesar's Palace, which is starting to get a little bit further down. But you're thinking Bellagio, you're thinking Planet Hollywood. There's also one that a taxi driver was telling me that's more for young ones now, like between 21 and 35 is when they classify young. Between 21 and 35, people are staying at the Link, which looks like a Holiday Inn. It literally just looks like a Holiday Inn in the central part of the Vegas Strip. So there is that option. And then we'll get that kick there to make it 22-0. But I heard it's quite cheap. I heard the Link is quite cheap. It's LINQ, for anyone who's wondering. Someone says, WrestleMania tickets were so expensive, legit 1.3k US for 2-night pass, nosebleeds. Well, like I said, I've never been a wrestling kid. I never really got into it besides the video game back in the day. I used to love playing as The Rock, or I used to love playing as... My friend, when I was like 10, used to love playing as Kane, like some big dude with like red on him or something like that, like a red one suit. He had like no shirt on, but it was like a one suit with like a strap like that. His name was Kane or something. Shit, I don't know. I used to love playing as Rey Mysterio too. But I never got into wrestling. But I will say, it's even getting people like myself intrigued at this like storyline with Rock and Cena and buddy Cody Rhodes or some shit. I don't know his name. All right, so second tackle now for the Storm at the 22. Jay says 1.3k to see fake wrestling. Wow, gee whiz. Well, it's like at least people understand nowadays that it is all fake. There was like a 5 to 10 year period where wrestling copped a lot of smack and a lot of smoke for people thinking it was real. And a lot of people did. And then it got smoked because it's like, it was obviously fake. So, you know, at least now, oh no, Eels, you're getting done. You're getting done. Oh! That's a nice try, man. That's a nice try. To get that pass over the defender on the breakaway down the left wing, that was a brilliant try. Hey, listen, Eels fans, You might be in trouble this season, man. Oh no. You might be in trouble this season. Oh no. This is great work here from the Storm, though. Pappenhausen with a nice fleet. This pass from Jack Howard to get this ball over the top there to Xavier Coates that gets it away there from the number 14 for the Eels, which is... Who's number 14? Riley Smith on debut. To get that ball over the top of Riley Smith, that's a pinpoint pass. Like, that is an amazing pass. That is the most pinpoint pass you could ask for. If it goes too high, it goes into the middle of the field and the Eels get it. If it goes too low, then Riley Smith intercepts it or knocks it down. But it went to the exact angle that it needed to get over the top and into the hands of Xavier Coates. Yeah, Flamingo is like, oh, it's next to Link. Oh, there you go. I love Link Promenade. Well, Sundo, if you're single, then the best place for you to go, and this is what heaps of people were talking about, is at the front of the Carnival. I think it's super close. I think it's the Carnival, which is actually in front of the Link. Actually, no, the Carnival is at the Link. So that little section there, there's like it's a little inways on the strip where you walk around past the Carnival. That place is apparently just chock-a-block for single lads and ladies. Get into it. Call it an early night, Parrot fans. Mitchell, I think call it an early season. No, it's not looking great. It's definitely not looking great. 28-0 with 12 minutes to go in the first half is... Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Mr. Sando with the $10 due donation. Oh, boy, he's on fire. Says I'm broke, so here's $10, and yes, I'm single. Hey, listen, I don't want you to... Like, that $10 doesn't mean that I swing your way, mate. Listen, I appreciate the kind words, but not for me. But I do appreciate your $10 due donation. Get around you. Get around you. Also, like I always say, you don't have to worry about amounts of donations. If you can donate, then great. I appreciate it. Because it's going to be going to really spicy curry for BKR travel videos. So, like I said, because now I have decided to dedicate my entire life to, traveling and doing sport content. Any donations and stuff, literally go back into it because I'm going to be traveling 24/7. Like every single cent of it goes into it, right? So it's really exciting to go on this new journey, but I can't afford my 10% win. One day you will. One day you're going to win a 100k multi and you're going to be like, shit, I can give him 5k. 5%. I can do it. Because you get 95k. I reckon that's going to happen, Sunday. I reckon it's going to happen, isn't it? Isn't it, Sunday? Isn't it? Rooster Man says, point a minute, not bad. Could be 80 block by the end. Hey, listen, it's a potential. It honestly is a potential. Yeah, they are nearly beating the clock. One day. Hey, one day. One day. Don't forget it. Don't forget it's when you hit the big time, Sunday. Same goes to you, Skunkle. Skunkle's a little cheapskate. A little cheapskate, that bloke. Rex says the blowouts already are not boding well for a high-quality season. I disagree. I think that the Eels, one, are without Mitchell Moses, which shouldn't really be this detrimental. And I don't believe this is all Mitchell Moses. I feel like the Eels are going through a transitional period. I think the Sharks will be good. I think the Panthers will be good. I think that the Broncos are going to be solid. I think that Manly are going to be brilliant to watch. I think the Storm are going to be great. That's 5 teams right there. I still think the Bulldogs and Dragons are a little bit iffy. Bulldogs have a lot of points yesterday to a Dragons team that still kind of find them. Oh, no. Oh, they're away again. Xavier Coates, the 35. The Titans are obviously going to win the comp. So, look, at the end of the day, you've got a guaranteed 5 teams there, right? You've got a guaranteed 5 teams that'll be highly competitive based off what we've seen this round 1. And we haven't seen all the teams play just yet. Who's another team I'm not mentioning there? There's also been some super close games that people aren't talking about. Oh, no, they're getting pieced apart. That's a try. Oh, under the post. What did I say? Throw a dart. Blindfold yourself and throw a dart at the dartboard because every single Storm player may score today. 32-0 with a hit to come. Harry Grant right under the post. That means Pappenhausen, Josh King, Xavier Coates, Eliezer Katoa, Xavier Coates, and Harry Grant have all scored a try in the first half, the first 30 minutes. And guess what? The Storm are now currently beating the clock. They are currently beating the clock. You cannot tell me that this is all Mitchell Moses. You cannot tell me this is all Mitchell Moses. It's not possible. It's just not possible. Manny says, my Tigers might get off the bottom of the ladder from what we've seen. Why? I don't know about that, main star. Okay, you know what? I'll hear your point of view before I give you my response. Why do you think that the Tigers showed signs that they're going to get off the bottom of the table from that game against the Knights? So 32-0 with the kick to come. It's about to be 34-0. 9 minutes to go the first half, guys. Hit that thumbs up button, subscribe. But I'm intrigued to hear your opinion, main star, because I would point opposite of what you've just said. The only thing that I could argue would be that other teams may be worse, but I wouldn't go out of my way to say that the Tigers themselves proved that they're not going to be coming last based off of that game against Newcastle. But again, I'd like to hear your opinion on it. Blah, blah, blah says, I have a feeling the Storm round 1 streak will continue. Oh, well done. No way. You're telling me you reckon the Storm win this game? I need you to stop drinking, mate, because you've clearly had one too many drinks. You've had one too many drinks. The Dingoes. Hey, brother, been a bit. How's your trip been? Some big wins this week, but I'm putting plenty on that the opposition's been being awful. Yes, but I'm very excited about your Manly team this year. I'm very excited about your Manly team this year. I had them in top 4, as you would have seen my preseason predictions video, and last night for me, I know they played the Cowboys, and the Cowboys will probably be pretty bad this year, but I really am confident Manly, if I'm going to back in a team to, beat one of the 3 big dog teams, because I would argue the Sharks are a part of that with their roster, I would say Manly are the best shout at winning the comp this year outside of them. I can see a world. Why, Jay? I know there's a reason. I know there's going to be a reason. But yeah, Dingo, I think that your Manly team's got a good chance this year. Mason says, only lost by 2 points and have players coming back into the team to fire them up. I'm happy with 12. Okay, so I want you to take what I'm about to say with an opposition's analysis, all right? I want you to still have hope as a fan, because I don't want to shit on your happy brigade, because I genuinely want Tigers fans to feel hope and enjoy rugby league again. I like the Tigers fan base, but I've got to tell you again, don't go down the dark hole again because of this, which is what absolutely could happen with Tigers fans this year. They played the Knights, and they lost by 10 points to 8 whilst being up 8-0 at halftime. The Knights are predicted to be potentially definitely bottom 4 team this year on most people's accounts. The Knights are predicted well down the bottom of the table. The Tigers had 51 missed tackles to this team. They had 51 missed tackles to this team. The Knights completed 27 of 44 sets. 27 of 44 sets. That's nearly only 60%. I think it might even be less than 60% of their sets they completed. And yet they won 10-8. At no point of that game do you take that and say the Tigers are better this year. If they did this against a Melbourne Storm team, they would have gotten beaten by 50 on that day. If they did this against the Broncos who played the other night, they would have gotten beaten by 60 the other day. If they played Manly yesterday, they would have been beaten by a same scoreline. I am super concerned with what the Tigers showed in that game against the Knights. It was 2 points, sure, but it was a 2-point game against a Knights team that nobody rates at all this season. So again, I do want Tigers fans to have hope, but I also want to be honest with my opinion here and say it's absolutely justified and validated that people still believe the Tigers are a little bit away from being able to improve their situation despite making a few signings here and there. So that's from an honest opinion from myself. Maybe it changes around, sure. Maybe we're going to wait 5 to 7 rounds, but I just don't think that anyone... Oh, for gosh sake, Eels. Oh, my God. Oh, Eels. They've just given up an intercept that's gone for 100 metres. They've just given up a 100-metre intercept and the Storm have scored. It's now 38-0 with the kick to come. They might be at 50-0 at half-time. They may be at 50-0 at half-time, the Melbourne Storm. What the fuck are we doing here, Eels? What are we doing here, Parramatta? You're down 38-0 with the kick to come. It's 5.5 minutes to go at half-time. How am I getting angry for you? This is crazy. And if you disagree with me, mate, Star, please tell me why I'm wrong. Fair enough, Joe. If you disagree with me, tell me why I'm wrong. Because that's just from my perspective. And if anybody else here disagrees with me, tell me why I'm wrong. Okay, I'll be happy with 15 on the ladder. Hey, listen, mate, Star, as a Titans fan, we have to just come to terms until proven otherwise, is my opinion nowadays. I feel like I have put myself all in to the Titans for many years now. which gets quickly forgotten, mind you. But I've put myself into my club for many years and just backed him in with pure blind bias. But I got to the point where I'm like, until proven otherwise, you can't just keep doing it. You need them to show it, because otherwise it's detrimental. It's detrimental to build up and hype up a team if they're not going to back up the words that everybody is trying to speak about them. And it comes from the marketing department. Our marketing department's full of shit. But, it comes from the marketing department in regards to how this club is marketed. They don't actually understand their fans. They think they know their fans because they've got a corporate degree. But at the end of the day, they don't actually understand their audience, their target audience, a team who has never won before, and they continuously force this hype onto the fans who have never seen this hype before and promise things that they haven't been able to deliver and don't even look like they're going to deliver. So as a Titans fan, which I would compare to a Tigers fan, you need to just come to terms with where it is until proven otherwise. Now, the Titans and the Tigers could prove otherwise this year, but until it happens, I'm not going to go all in and say it's going to happen this year, which is what I've done. Because otherwise it sets up for disappointment for not only yourself, but for everyone around you. Ibrahim says, Melbourne are beating the clock. They are. They're at 14-0 with 4 minutes to go here. They are absolutely smacking them. But see, joking around like that, mate, is how you get through the season. It really is. It's how you get through the season. You know it by now. The Dingo says, this is so embarrassing for Paraman. I get they have a few big names out, but this is diabolical. You can't blame Mitchell Moses for this. I think we absolutely have the ability to be right up there. Always the same thing with us, though. Got to stay fit. I also want to see how we adapt against teams who won't let us through so easily. I agree, but I also think that... knock on by the Storm. Eels might score! And the Eels will be 5 metres away from the line. 5 metres away here from the line. Hey, listen, Parramatta, you beat the you beat the Dragons 44-40 last year, so... as long as you don't concede again, you're on. Because 44-40 was how you beat the Dragons. All right, 6 again now for the Eels. Let's see this. Eels, you had a great attack last year, and the Storm had a great defense. Let's see if you can break through them. You have to expect a Jay's favourite word, transition process for the Eels with Jason Riles and the new team and all that kind of jazz. Held up. Third tackle at the 10. You've got to expect the transition process, but not 40-0 in the first 37 minutes. It's unacceptable. If the Titans play next week against the Dogs and we're down this score at going at half time, I promise you, I'm leaving the hotel I'm in New Delhi and I'm not streaming the second half. I will refuse to do it. And I've never left a game early. If they were down by this scoreline, that's disgraceful. I say this now and I probably would still stream the end of the game because I've never left a game early. But I say this for the point of what I'm making. This is disgusting from Parramatta. Can you imagine if you're an Eels fan who went to this game? You've gone all the way down to Melbourne and your team has put up a 0 in the first half to 40 of the opposing team. Oh, but they will score here. There you go. So 40-4 here with the hit and come. At least their fans get something to cheer. Roosters, I thought the Roosters were bad. Makes me feel a tad better. Oh, yeah. No. The Roosters were still bad. They were still bad. But, yes, this is worse. I would say... And I will do a power rankings video this week. They'll probably come out on Wednesday or something like that. But I would say if I'm ranking how the bad performance of this round so far, I would say the worst performance of the round was it has to be the Eels right now. It has to be the Eels. Second would be the Cowboys, and then third would be the Roosters. I would say that's the top 3 for worst performances of the round. Hey, what did I say? The Eels beat the Dragons 44-40 last year. We're on. Oh my gosh, we're so on. Oh my gosh. We're so on. Ibrahim says, Melbourne to beat the clock. Roosman, that's right. Aaron says, this clock is putting up a good fight, but Storm seem to be strong here still. Well, at half time, they will be at least tying the clock. They will at least be tying the clock. So at half time, it'll be 40-40. It'll be 40-40 at half time. Evie Williams says, what do you think about having 3 fullbacks in your spine? Melbourne Storm do. Munster was a fullback. Pappenhausen was a fullback, and Jerome Hughes was a fullback. It can work. I just don't know if AJ is the 6. I'm still waiting to see how JC and AJ go together in 6 and 7. I'm not convinced that JC's a 7 just yet either. I love Keanu as the fullback, but, Munster was easily able to transition to the 5'8". Pappenhausen is obviously a fullback, and then you've also got Jerome Hughes, who was easily able to transition into the halfback position. So, yeah, look, I think that overall, the The Eels fans just then, I saw Hayden just then. The Eels fans were not looking happy. They're not looking happy. Hold on, I'm going to send him a message. I'm going to send him a message. Hold on, I'll entertain. How's it on screen? Hold on. You guys can hear it too. Hello, Mr. Entertain House, and just streaming right now. Love your work. Just seeing you on the screen. Not looking too happy there, though, my friend. Not looking too happy, man. Hey, listen. This isn't great. It's not great. I don't really have a positive for you right now, but hey, here's a positive for you. Yeah, at least you scored a try. How about that one? But we did just see you on the TV, and next time, can you please smile more, because you need to smile for the cameras, then. All right, thank you, boy. There you go. Main starts transition time, where Parramatta have been transitioning in the off-season. I've been transitioning for 39 years. Second tackle over the Eels at the 20. I'll let you know if he sees it. Third tackle now. And that's going to be a knock-on from the Eels. Can the Storm pack a scrum quickly? I know you're up by 40, but show the care factor. E.B. Williams says it's a little too easy being a Storm fan. This is why I continuously reiterate the point. I reiterate it all the time. Until I see the Storm struggle, until I see the Storm suck, I don't believe the Storm have fans. Because I need you to show that the fans are there through thick and thin, through the tough times, so that I can see that you actually care about the team rather than just the winning. So that's why I say until the Storm have some tough... Oh, Papenhuyzen's going to score. Papenhuyzen's going to score. Papenhuyzen's going to score. Little mullet man. Little papi. 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 Papi. Papi chulo. Oh, no. It's 44-6 with a kick to come. Oh, no. Lads, it's halftime now. It is halftime now, and if the Storm convert this, they will be 4 points away from 50 at halftime. They are currently beating the clock at halftime. They are going to go to Bali already, Eels. Hey, Roosters, you're getting another team in the 50-point can't win the comp club. This would be the biggest blue ball of all time if the Storm didn't score 50 a year. This would be, oh no, Aaron, you're going to learn the hard lesson today. Oh no, Aaron Brashino, you're going to learn the harshest of lessons. Yep, you've learned it. There's only one S in the Storm, my friend. There's only one S in the Storm. You've learnt the lesson today. You've learnt the lesson today. What did you actually say, though? Always won. Oh, boy. Unfortunately, I can't reply to your comment, Aaron, until you get back from the timeout. There is only one S in Storm, ladies and gentlemen. For anyone who doesn't know, now, because this is the first game of the season, if you say Storms with an S on this channel, you do get timed out for 5 minutes. It's the rules, it's the law of this channel. It is the law of the channel. But all right, 46-6 into the Melbourne Storm at halftime. Obviously, hit that thumbs up button, guys. Subscribe if you're around here. This is absolutely just going to be a chill and laugh stream because this is just a blowout of epic proportions. The Storm have scored through nearly every single person, Skunkle, except for Alec McDonald. Papenhuyzen scored twice. Xavier Coase has scored twice. Elias Katoa, Harry Grant, Nick Meaney, and Josh King have all scored. Jake Tungo did score at the 37-minute mark for the Eels, which at least got them on the board. But, oh boy, the Eels fans would be they're not having fun. That's for sure. They're not having for sure. Hayden hasn't seen that message yet. Everyone says, this is my scoreline of Rugby League 24 on my phone. Hey, by the way, I want to ask you guys this question here at halftime. I'll be in Thailand at this time when it comes out, or maybe even Chicago, but would you watch a live stream of us playing the new Rugby League game here on the channel? Because I've never really done gaming. I did gaming like when I was super young in the YouTube. Would you watch it like in the off-season or whatnot if we did a couple of Rugby League streams of the game? Because there is a new game coming out. There is a new game coming out at the end of the year. Kinman Wonks, I feel for Eels fans. I feel for some Eels fans. Summer says, 50 bomb before our time would have been crazy. Has that happened before? Have we ever seen a Fitty bomb before halftime? It's a good question, actually. What does Rolls say about that pathetic effort? Rusman says, I don't think you can say much in regards to that, man. I don't think Jason Rolls goes in there and slaps him down. I think that you take more of the disappointment approach to the angry approach. It's too early in the season to give the angry approach. You could piss off your players, which at this point you don't really care about that, but you should care about that long term. You want to take away the emotion of seeing your team down 46-6 at halftime. You need to retract the emotion from how you deal with this halftime dressing room, because you've got 26 rounds to go after this, and this is just a real big hump in the road to get your season underway. So you kind of have to go with the disappointed but motivational approach of, look, the first half is the first half, it happened, we're not going to win this game, but go out there and just, well, not even just don't say that you're not going to win this game, but you need to show a bit of effort in the second half, because that was disgraceful. And you need to really re-emphasise how bad of a first half that was. And I don't give a shit about your excuses, the Storm were great, the Storm this, the Storm that. You are a professional rugby league team at the end of the day. You believe every single player who is out there on that field should have the confidence in themselves to know that they are an elite rugby league player, because they are better than there is 17 rugby league teams, and there is 17 players who take the field. So 17 times 17, whatever that is. I'll get it right now. Calculator. 17 times 17 equals, so there is 289 players across the full 17s. There's 289 players. All 289 players of that need to be confident in themselves that they are better than 26 million other Australians, and then all the Kiwis and whatnot as well, because this is the elite competition. So I don't care who you play for, whether you play for the Tigers, you play for the Titans, you play for the Dolphins, the Storm, the Eels, the whoever. It doesn't matter. You should have enough confidence in yourself to know that 46-6 is unacceptable against literally anybody. So they just need to come out and just try and win the second half. You are not going to win the game. I know that if one team can score in the first half, the other team can technically too. You're not going to score more than 40 points to go above the Storm here. It's just not going to happen. So it's just about understanding that you are a professional player in a professional rugby league team. You have fans that have travelled to watch you. You have a city and a group of people in Western Sydney that give a shit about what they're watching right now. So I know players can pretend all they like, but they need to actually prove it that they care about the fans here and actually give it a crack in the second half and care about themselves. This is an embarrassment for themselves, man. Like, this is humiliating for themselves. At this point, it's like the fans will benefit from you actually giving a shit about yourself. I don't care about how the Storm played here. As an Eels player, you can't find this acceptable. You can't. It's not possible. Ibrahim says, imagine if Craig Bellamy coached the Eels, imagine the spray. No, not round one. You're not spraying a team after round one, man. You just don't spray a team round one. It's too early in the season to be spraying. You need to time your sprays. There's no way Jason Ryles should be going into the halftime shed here and spraying them. Go the disappointment approach. That's what I would do. Close game, you're heading into halftime session. Middle says, we need another Knicks rebuild. Mate, that's a long time ago. I think I ended up privating those videos. Ibrahim says, imagine if Craig Bell... I read that comment. And Nate says, the last footy game I played was ARL 95, good times. Oh, Rugby League Live, the original one back in the day, was fire, man. I don't think I ever really got into Rugby League Live 2, but Rugby League Live 1, when it originally came out, that was the shit. Also that other Rugby Union game too. Main says, how about we have a competition against RFS in the footy game? RFS. Oh, Real Fan Sport? Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, I'd do stuff with them for sure. David says, the scores are like when they introduced 6 again rule. Yeah, like this, we all knew the Storm winning this game 13+, but this scoreline's not acceptable. Do you think the Storm ease up a bit in the second half, or just go for the juggler and score 80 points? I could see them going either way. I don't think they coast. I think that this is round one. At the end of the day, you need to play the entire 80 minutes like you are throwing everything at it. Don't get yourself injured for sure. Like, don't play 100% to the ability that you have that risks injury. But play 90% still. As long as you're not getting injured, you should play the entire rest of this game to win as high as possible. You've got to think about your points differential. The points differential is very important, especially for teams at the top of the table. After round one so far, the Storm are going to be on top with a points differential of plus 40 already. The Broncos have plus 36, the Manly Seagulls with plus 30, the Raiders with plus 22, Dogs plus 8, Panthers plus 6, Knights plus 2, Rabbitohs plus 2, and the Titans plus 164. So, you look at this and you go, they're already up with a points differential of plus 40 because the Eels got their 6. So they're 4 points above first. But you need to just keep on separating it. If they can win this game by getting to 80 points and making it like 80 to 6 or 80 to 12, if it's 80 to 6, that's 74 points. If it's 80 to 12, then that's 68 points. So that's double. 68 is over double what the second best team with points differential is. You have to go for the jugular without risking injury. It's too important not to in regards to points differential at the top end of the table. It just is too important not to. Why is this not coming through? Hold on, I'm trying to get the chat back up. Oh my gosh, I'm trying to get this chat back up. I can't find it. I can't get it. Hold on. I don't know what's happening here. Oh no. Whole computer's gone a mess. Hold on one sec. Move that down like that. There we go. I don't know why that took so long. Gillaroos can play better than Para. Mate. Don't know about that. Oh, the Gillaroos. Sorry, my brain went to the English team. My brain was thinking you were saying the English team. But halftime here, guys. Like I said, thumbs up, subscribe, and if you haven't subscribed to BK Travel yet, go do it. Go get around it. Jason Kimmin, what the point in typing when you only retract it 1 minute later? You see, we can see what he said. Oh, it would have been all over the shop though. Go Eels, let your crowd have something to cheer about. Well, they're not going to be cheering much about this, but just give them something to be like, oh, at least we scored. You guys have seen the vlogs that I do, right? Like, the vlogs that I do, if we score a try in the dying seconds of the game, other people will cheer, and I'm happy for them, but I won't. I'll be like, okay, at least we scored, but I don't care. Like, we lost the game. Middle says, the Storm can play at 5%, and the Eels will still hand them tries. Correct. With the performance that's on the first half. Dasmo says, I reckon 17 bananas would have given the Storm a better fight than this Parrot team. Hey, listen, you might not be wrong in that, Ron. You might not be wrong. You might not be wrong. Cameron Master says, I reckon the Mackay Cutters could have played better than the Eels. Honestly, at this point, you could put anybody out there. You could put Tom, Dick, and Harry themselves. You can literally put a bunch. You could put the Sidemen charity match players in this game, and they probably would have given it more of a crack than this Eels team. 46-6 at halftime is one of the biggest scorelines I've seen at halftime ever. Ever. Olivia said, flying home tomorrow. Well, welcome back to Australia. You're flying home tomorrow. I'm flying to Hong Kong tomorrow. So, you're coming. Well, we're both going west, though. We are both going west. I'm going Fiji to Hong Kong. You're going New Zealand to Brisbane. So we're both going west. But at least you're able to get home. At least it's all slowed down. Olivia says, Skyport isn't playing this, so I'm just seeing this. Ooh, it's been something, Olivia. It's been something. It has been definitely something. HPT says, a Para fan is a difficult one. Oh, man, I get you. I do. I get you. As a neutral, it's a tough one, let alone as a Para fan. This is just brutal to watch, man. Brutal to watch. Daniel Teichman with the $5 redo donation all the way from the USV. I only got back from your country yesterday, sir. I only got back from Hawaii yesterday. Said, what happened here? Did the Eels know they had a game tonight? Also, will they sub all the starters out? Okay, so firstly, appreciate you for your donation. You're a legend, brother. It goes a long way. Secondly, no, this is not the NBA or the NFL or whatnot. The players will not get subbed out. There's only 4 players on the bench, and you need to rotate due to tiredness and whatnot. Otherwise, you're risking injury. So no, you'll never see the star players get subbed out unless it's the last 5 minutes of the game. It's just not going to be happening. And also, the Eels need to get a little bit of respect about this score. Otherwise, they're just going to be they're going to be maimed to oblivion regardless. But if they don't get a little bit of respect about this score, it's going to be even more embarrassing, right? So they need to put in an effort to show something in the second half because this was just disgraceful. And in regards to what happened here, the Storm this is the first time I've seen Munster, Pappenhausen, Jerome Hughes and Harry Grant all play together at the same time for a long time. They've got solid back rowers. Their centres are a bit iffy. Their wingers are great. Their lock is very solid. They've got a good bench. They've got a great coach. This is a fantastic Storm team who made the grand final last year, are favourites for the comp this year, and are hungry for more. Whilst the Eels, they don't have their best player, Mitchell Moses. They've got a new player in Zach Lomax, but he wants to go to the centre, even though his best position is wing. It's ridiculous at this point that he's just so stubborn that he has to play the centre. But then again, I'm aware of this, very much so. Jason Ryles transitioning as a coach, like he's coming in as a new coach to the Eels. They sacked Brad Arthur halfway through the year last year. The Eels were literally that Tigers game away from coming last, but ended up beating the Tigers at Leichhardt to avoid the spoon and get third last. But if they had lost that game, they would have got last. So that tells you the story of their season last year. And their season last year came down to one thing, and that was not having Mitchell Moses. Now, I'm not going to say that if they had Mitchell Moses here today, that they'd be winning this game. They would still be down by probably 30 to 36. But 46 to 6 is disgraceful. They have no leadership in this team in round one. They've gone down to Melbourne, who have not lost a round one game in over 22, 23 odd years. They win every round one game, and it's in Melbourne. So the Eels realistically should have been 74 million to 1 to win this game, and the scoreline is showing that right now. HBT says, Mitchell, they are just carpenters who do not know how rugby league works. Oh, the Eels have no starters to sub out. No starters to sub out, yikes. Jeffrey says that 1.3 mil got into Dylan Brown's head. Well, that's the thing, Jeffrey, and I think I said this in my preseason predictions video. I said, I don't know how invested Dylan Brown is in the Eels. You can't tell me. And this was my complaint with David Fifita. God forbid a Titans fan had an opinion on that club, but God forbid. But that was my opinion on David Fifita. How can you trust that a person's intentions and passions and energy is for your club if they are encouraging offers, their management and themselves, because their management represents them? How can you tell me that you care about the Eels, Dylan Brown, if you are taking offers from the Roosters? You're looking at the Knights, you're looking at all these other teams, you're demanding this amount of money. I'm all for backing yourself and saying, I deserve this amount of money. But firstly, prove it and show it. And secondly, if you do take that option, then you are kind of putting the middle finger up at your club and saying, hey, listen, I'm not playing for you because I want to play for you. I'm playing for you because you give me a contract. So that's my issue with Dylan Brown. I don't believe that he's playing for the Eels right now because he wants to play for the Eels. And sure, this could be said for a multitude of players, but I can tell you single-handedly, I can tell you wholeheartedly that I know boys at the Gold Coast Titans personally who absolutely do love playing for the Titans. Keanu Kenny is absolutely here for the club. Yeah, sure, he gets money as well, but Keanu Kenny is a Titans man through and through. Sure, could he go somewhere else eventually? Maybe so. But at the end of the day, I know that he has pure intentions for the club. And I can tell you a good amount of players there that do absolutely care for the club. Money is a massive factor. But the point of the matter is that Dylan Brown concerns me that he's not actually invested in the Parramatta Eels. And I don't believe, and I've said this for years now too, mind you, if you've been watching the channel for 3-4 years, I have said for a while now that I don't think that Dylan Brown is going to be able to eclipse the 2023 season where the Eels got to the grand final, 2022 season where the Eels got to the grand final. I don't think that the Eels will get back to being able to be in that grand final with Mitchell Moses and Dylan Brown there together. I think they needed to split up the pair. And it's a hard choice to make because Dylan Brown on his day is a fantastic 5'8", and Mitchell Moses on his day is a fantastic halfback, right? One of the best halfbacks in the game. But I just don't see the path to them winning the comp with these two guys at the centre. At the moment, I don't see it. I don't see it personally. And this is well before this game. Remove this whole game. The Storm Eagles game doesn't exist. I've been saying that about Dylan Brown for years. I don't mind Dylan Brown as a human being, and I definitely love what he can do on the field. But he's not proving his worth, and he's enticing offers from other clubs, which shows the lack of representation for the Parramatta Eels. That's my opinion. Maystar says, do Eels players get a discount on drinks in the second half? They will need it. I think the fans need a discount to watch what we're watching right now. And as I always say, if you disagree with anything I just said with Dylan Brown, please feel free to put it out there, and I will love to hear your opinion. Blah, blah, says it'll be strange in the future when the Storm becomes a mid-team. All clubs eventually go down, right? We've been waiting for a long time for that to happen. So. Aaron says, if you had to pick between Melbourne or Storm going downhill first, who would it be? Okay, let me just think about this for a second. If I had to choose between Melbourne or the Storm going down first, who would it be? It's a great question. I'm probably going to go with Melbourne, but I do want the Storm to probably go downhill first as well. So maybe Melbourne Storm. I'll probably put them both together and put the Melbourne Storm. That's probably what I'll do. So Storm will kick this ball off here for the second half. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. The Eels will start with the ball, and they're going to bring this ball out here to the 15. Oh, he corrected himself saying Penrith. Storm or Penrith go down first. I will say Storm. And that's not... I would say I don't dislike either of the teams. I really don't. I respect success. I respect the success that Melbourne and Penrith have built. But Storm have been successful for 25 plus years. The Panthers have been successful for 4 or 5. So that's why I would say I would rather see someone new challenging rather than Melbourne. I don't really care who. You know, I'm not even at a point in my life now where I care if it's the Broncos or not. I just want to see someone new challenging up the top. So I would say Storm, and that's not a negative plot. It's just me saying, one, I want to see their fans and who's actually there for real. And also, two, I want to, I just want to see the Storm not be as successful on such a consistent level that does even out the competition on a longer scale system again. So Storm will get this ball here at the 13. Let's see if they care about the second half. E.B. Williams says, Brown, an overrated flog that doesn't deserve the money. Why is he a flog? Oh, turnover there by the Storm. So Eels with the ball. And Storm haven't got back really quickly. So it's going to be first tackle. Oh, it's a 1-1 strip. Oh, my gosh. Kelma Tuolangi. Kelma Tuolangi has just let the ball get stripped on first tackle. That was your prime opportunity to get a little bit of respect about yourselves, and you give the ball straight back. TH says, don't stress, Eels fans. It's going to get worse for you. Mate, there's no Eels fans here anymore too. Oh, well, there he is, but majority of Eels fans would have turned the TV off by now. Oh, good run by Sean Bloor, 4 tackle to the 30. HPT says, Jason Ryles hasn't even finished a full game as coach yet, but he's probably going to get sacked in about 1 minute and 38 seconds. No. Jason Ryles is nowhere, not even on the chopping block at all. That's an overreaction. Jason Ryles is going to be given, at the very least, 2 years, man. Like, you're not sacking him this year, you're not sacking him next year. But if you come last this year and next year, then sure, maybe. But I don't think that's going to be happening, besides an absolute disaster of epic proportions would be needed for Jason Ryles to be sacked in the next 18 months. And a disaster of epic proportions. So no, I don't think that's going to be happening. Aaron says, need Will Warbrick to score some tries for my multi? Is he the only one? Has he not scored a try yet? That's crazy. Hold on. No, he said downhill first. Mainstar says it will be neither, probably the Titans. How far down do you want the Titans to go, mate? We've been 4th last 3 years in a row. Leave us alone. Eels on the right side. Lomax gets taken out to 30. First time seen with the ball today, besides when he threw the ball backwards about 10 metres and lost 10 metres in the tackle. David says, here is a question for you. Do you believe any of these superstar spine of the Storm could be swayed to leave Melbourne? No, I do not. No, I do not. I think Pappenhausen has pretty clearly said he wants to remain at the Storm for life. Jerome Hughes had an option to go to the Titans, where he's from, and chose to stay at the Storm. Cameron Munster, I don't see him leaving. He's had options with the Dolphins and the Broncos and multiple teams, and I guarantee that anyone would love to get Munster, and he's never gone. And Harry Grant, actually, I don't know if I can say this. I can't, but how do I say something without saying something? Harry Grant, I don't know if he would get enticed to leave now. But I will say, in recent years, he would have been swayed. I can't say fully what I'm talking about, but he would have, and I say would have, he would have been swayed with a Queensland club. I don't know now that he's re-signed his contract and whatnot, but I will say that Queensland would have been on the table. HPT with the $15 donation. Get around you, HPT, you big bupper. Says, as an Eels fan, I want to see Moses gone. Yes, he's our best player when he plays, which with how injury prone he is, might only be one game, and considering how much we pay him, he needs to go. Firstly, appreciate your donation, bro. I appreciate that greatly. Secondly, I don't think you get rid of Dylan Brown and Mitchell Moses. I think that's a disaster waiting to happen. That's an absolute disaster waiting to happen. So you would prefer Moses to go over Dylan Brown? I would. Oh, the Eels are way here at the 40, the 50, the 40, the 30. No follow-up. No one chasing. Then someone finally comes through. And now they'll be taken down at the 15. Full tackle over the Eels. Right side. I'll keep replying and comment in a second. Oh no. Oh no, Eels. Oh no. Why are you kicking that over the top on third tackle? Anyway, dropout coming up from the Storm. Guarantee they get the short dropout here. So I want you to ask the question for me here, HPT. You have to choose between keeping Mitchell Moses or keeping Dylan Brown. Are you choosing to get rid of Mitchell Moses? I'll reply to the answer that you give, whether it's Brown or Moses. Which of the two would you keep? Because there's no way you get rid of both. If you get rid of both, you're going in a complete restructure from bottom up. You're blowing the team up, basically. So who would you get rid of out of the two? Pappenhausen puts it up, and it will not go 10, so it's going to be Eels ball at 10. What's happening here? Well, it's not a penalty, referee. Oh, it is. Oh, it's a penalty because it was touched inside the 10. Doesn't really matter anyway. It's the same thing. It's going to get me to say it. No. Rooster Man says, interesting to see Storm going in with only 2 men a tackle. Took me a while to clock on what you're saying there. So Eels, they're 5 metres out from the line. You'd argue that was a high tackle from Harry Grant. Wonder how the Taxman's feeling after his switch. Well, it's the Dragons still lost their game, to be fair. Not by as much as this. Second tackle for the Eels. 4 metres out. Get a bit of respect about your Eels. Score here. Get a bit of respect. You're not going to win the game, but just get a bit of respect back into the game here. Third tackle. Granted, the Tigers is not happening, my guy. Hey, great tackle now for, that would be Nick Meaney. 4 metres away now from the line. Fourth tackle. Get it off here to Riley Smith. Volkman kicks it through. Not the play, Ronald Volkman. Not the player at all, brother. So it's Storm ball at 10. Main side says Harry Grant should go back to the Tigers. Firstly, that's just a disrespectful comment towards Api Sakotawisiao, one of the best hookers in the game. And secondly, it's just not going to happen. One, I said Queensland. It would have gone to a Queensland club, but the club didn't front it up. HPT said, I'd keep Moses over Brown any day of the week. Dylan Brown can go to the Knights and get his 12 mil first. I think the Knights said they didn't want him. I would say the Roosters should be desperate for Dylan Brown. The Roosters should be desperate for Dylan Brown. But then again, the Roosters should have a bit more class about them to understand what he's actually worth. Oh, Storm nearly got away there. That was nice passing. That was a very much Cameron Smith, Cooper Cronk, Billy Slater play. Exactly right, Mitchell. Oh, no. They've knocked the ball on off the kick deals. Oh, this is a tough watch, Parramatta fans. I'm sorry, but this is a tough watch. This is a tough watch, man. But see, that's the point that I was making at HPT. You'd keep Moses over Brown, but you're saying you want to see Moses gone. It's like, well, I disagree. I think that, yes, Moses can be injured, but at the same sense, he is your club right now. Like, Moses is your club currently. So if you want to let Moses go, I guarantee there'll be a whole bunch of clubs that come in knocking at the door. Tigers will be one of them, and they'll push Jerome Luai back to the 6, realistically. They probably would let Lachlan Galvin / Latufana go, one of the two. But the Tigers would probably come for Moses and push Luai back to the 6, and that'd be an interesting halves pairing. But, Bulldogs would actually, you know what? You want to get rid of Mitchell Moses? Bulldogs will come knocking. That puts them in premiership contention. If they had Mitchell Moses, that would either go Storm, an easy score. Yep, Xavier Coates, or maybe. I think his feet might go over the sideline here. I think it's a no try. If I was the Dogs and Moses was on the table, I throw the checkbook at him. I say, I don't care how much you charge us, we want you. Doesn't we'll win the comp. I agree. I think the Dogs would win the comp with Moses. I think his feet go down, which is very unlike Xavier Coates. Yeah, it's definitely going down. That's very unlike Xavier Coates. But it says maybe because he's a fantastic hooker, HPT. HPT, why would anyone? Oh, in regards to Harry Grant. Oh, yeah, no. A lot of teams would like Harry Grant. A lot of teams, man. Cowboys don't need him. Titans would love a Harry Grant. Should have gone for him. Warriors wouldn't necessarily need him, but they would take him if they had the opportunity. He's still better than Wade Egan. Broncos would look at it. Broncos would love Harry Grant. Broncos would climax at Harry Grant. If Harry Grant was able to go to the Broncos and they could have a spine of Reece Walsh, Ben Hunt, Adam Reynolds, and Harry Grant, they would win the comp easy. They would run amok. They would win the comp with ease, in my opinion. And that's inclusive of the Panthers. Is it possible that Moses can part the defence like the ocean? Seek help, Mainster. Seek help. There you go. There's only one man that can do that, my friend. Brown gone this year, Moses gone 27-28. So what's your future halves plans? Storm penalty. 10 minutes gone in the second half, guys. 30 minutes to go of the game. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. 30 minutes to go here of the game. But what is your future halves pairing there? Surely you're not thinking Volkman is your future halfback. Ronald Volkman, sure could he turn into something, but he's had a lot of reports about him for a long time now. This is not just a one-year thing. Like, it's not like anyone who knows rugby league has known the Warriors fans have been talking about Ronald Volkman for many years now. Like, many years. Like, I'd probably say since 10 years, like, since he was a super young blood. Like, when he was in his early teens and whatnot playing rugby league. Volkman was talked about for a long time. But then he had that injury and he had that issue with the Warriors and Dragons, and I just don't know. I never really got that vibe from him. I haven't seen enough today. I don't know about it. So he's got a lot to prove. Jake Arthur will come back. That'll do, me. Elias Katoa at the 18, third tackle. Can they hit the Fitty Bomb now? Can we sing the Fitty Bomb for the first time? Because I wasn't able to sing the Fitty Bomb during that Broncos-Roosters game because I was doing that from a Hawaiian balcony. Left-hand side, Munster, Sean Bloor, Howarth, and they'll be 9 metres away here from the line. Here they come. Here they come, the Melbourne Storm at the back. Oh no, bad pass, and Jerome Hughes is on the ground. Oh no, Jerome Hughes isn't injured, is he? Just don't get injured, Storm. Oh no, he's grabbing it. His left arm is feeling something. Munster kicks the ball over the top, in the air, up it goes! Oh, knock on by the Storm. It's going to be Eels ball here at the 20. Yeah, the 20. Blake Jake Arthur. Tasmate says Mitch Woods is the better Mitchell, let's be honest. I know you don't even believe that, Mr. Tasmate. I know you don't even believe that. I rue the day that Mitchell Moses would ever sign with the Dogs. That would be wild. That would be wild. HBT said, I'm hoping for a Galvin. I actually know him personally. He's my best mate's cousin. So would you say that's biased that you're hoping for Galvin then? And he's actually an Eels fan himself, but maybe I'm just on the hopium. Probably just on the hopium, but would you say that that's biased? Because I don't think that Galvin's going to lead a team. I think partner Lachlan Galvin with Mitchell Moses could work. I feel like that could work because right now you're playing 2 5/8s in the halves of the Tigers. But I feel like you could partner Galvin with Moses. That would just come down to the Tigers releasing Galvin, no? But I wouldn't say that's a bad halves pairing there. He had the ball over the goal line, but he's going to be taken back, so it's going to be a dropout here. Not bad. Yeah, roll on 30K. We are getting super close now to 30,000 subscribers, guys. We are getting super close to 30,000 subscribers, so if you haven't yet, subscribe away. I heard Moses Mbot. I'm not reading the rest of that comment from Mitchell. My game highlight says, HBT, we can't afford to get rid of Moses after we got rid of Gutherson, probably lose Brown, and he has been the only reason we won any games last year. I agree. And that's why I emphasise in this game that 46-6 is not Mitchell Moses' fault. Like, just because Moses is out, there's a lot more issues at the Eels than just Mitchell Moses being out. But he is a big... Oh, knock back! And, the bounce is bad. The Storm will get the ball at the 5. Actually going to pick it up and they're going to go. Valepu, big bopper. He's a bopper. Oh, no, there's an injury here to the Eels. God bless him. I hope he's all right, man. Oh, that's a penalty. Well, that's a penalty. Oh, referee, get a grip. Look, I think that Mitchell Moses last year was very clearly, for me, I would say that was quite the individual reason why the Eels were as bad as they were, because he was out for so long. They had no leader. There is no leader at the Eels right now. Look across their team list and tell me who is the leader in this game. Jermaine Hopgood was not as great last year. There is no Mitchell Moses. Dylan Brown is nowhere close to a leader. Just nowhere close to a leader. That's going to be a 4 pass there from the Storm. Is Yongi? You can't say it. No one in the 1 through 5 is a leader. Dylan Brown absolutely isn't, but he's meant to be. Ronald Volkman isn't. Joe Hengawi isn't. Junior Borlo, I didn't even know he's playing today based off of this game so far. Brendan Hands, no way. Jack Williams, no way. Coming to Alungi, absolutely not. Jermaine Hopgood should be, but just hasn't been performing since the beginning of last year. He had injuries and stuff. And the bench, obviously, you don't even look at that. So there's not a single player out here who's standing up as a leader in Mitchell Moses' absence. You need a leader. You need a leader, and they have no leader. So you need to have Mitchell Moses there. You get rid of him unless you've got a surefire replacement. Like, for example, the Warriors. You get rid of Adam Fanua-Blake, you come back with James Fisher-Harris. You've got a leader there. Yes, they look bad against the Raiders, but wipe it off as one game in Vegas. Like, what happens in Vegas literally does stay in Vegas in regards to this, man. So the Warriors were able to get a direct replacement there in that style. The Eels, if they were to get rid of Mitchell Moses, they would have absolutely no direction with no leadership in the team. Third tackle out the 11. Dasman says, pipe down with the booing Storm fans. You still call it rugby. We can't take your booing legit. They do still call it rugby down there in AFL territory for the most part. 6 again here for the Eels. They have had... It's been good to watch the Eels at least give a shit enough to not get embarrassed in the second half so far. You can tell the Storm have slowed it down a bit. And I think that's more to do with injury. They don't want to get injured. Who does the Storm play next week? Can someone let me know? Oh, it's intercept. They're away. Storm are going to score again. 20, 30, 40, at the 50, the 40, the 30, the 20, the 10. That is a 50 bomb, 50 bomb, 50 bomb. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba. 50 bomb, 50 bomb, 50 bomb. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba. Shake it, shake it, shake it. For the 50, shake it. Shake it, shake it, for the 50 bomber. There you go, drop the 50 bombs in the chat. There's the 50 bomb dance, and here we go. The intercept there from Will Warbrick. Will run the length of the field and say sayonara, madabish. Bushka, 50 bomber. Bushka, 50 bomber. Oh, dearie me, Eels fans. Hey, at least you weren't able to concede 50 by halftime when you were down by 46-6 at halftime. So it took them 17 minutes to score in the second half. There's all the 50 bombs in the chat. HBT said, okay, we've already lost, mate. No need to rub it in. HBT, are you new here, bro? Is this your first stream? Every 50 bomb we do that. The only time we won't do a 50 bomb dance is when it's the Titans. So if you don't like it, then probably... when there's a 50 bomb, maybe turn the stream off for a second because we do that for every team. I might even do it again. 50 bomb, 50 bomb, 50 bomb, 50 bomb, 50 bomb, 50 bomber. That's why you can see all those gifts in the chat. That is the 50 bomb gift. Whenever there's a 50 bomb that's hit as a member, it's only $5 a month for a membership. You drop the 50 bomb gift, son, and it lights it up. It fires it up. It gets you going, you know? It gets you going. It makes games interesting at this level. Because this game, if we didn't have a 50 bomb to hope for, and now a 60 slammer, a sexy 70, an electric 80, we would have nothing to look forward to. So the 50 bomb gives us hope for the rest of this game. It gives us hope for the rest of the game. Aaron Brashinan says 2 teams written off in round 1 for the first time ever. Yeah. At least Roosters fans are enjoying this because they're not the only team getting absolutely slap-a-moon-dust. Oh, boy. All right. So, 23 minutes to go here in the game. 50-6 here to the Storm. 52-6, they would have got the kick, surely. Oh, no, he kicks it out from the sideline, so maybe not. It hasn't updated yet, so maybe it is 50-6. Yeah, he must have missed it. He must have missed it. Can someone confirm for me whether he missed that or not just then? I think he must have. But that's a couple of intercepts today too. I've actually been watching a stream for a while, but I guess I've never seen a team concede 50 on a stream. Yeah, every time a team concedes 50, mate, we do the 50 bomb dance. That's what all those gifts are. It's only for members, and once it goes, everyone can spam the 50 bomb gift. If anyone puts the 50 bomb gift and there's no 50 bomb, they get timed out for 5 minutes. Aaron says, Para, pack it up. You'll be transitioning for 40 years. See you next year. Hey, listen, Sharks fans are hoping it goes for at least another 10. Because Sharks currently hold the record. It would go Sharks with 50, then it would go Eels with 39. And then it would go Warriors and Raiders with 28 or 29. Yeah, 29 years. 28 years was last year for the Warriors and the Raiders. And then it would go to the Tigers. Tigers with 20 this year. And then the Titans would be 18. Am I missing out on anybody else? That's come off the back of a player. That's fine to play on. That's fine. It's going to be a try. That's fine. That's fine. Oh, bro, pass the ball. Oh, they're still going to score. They're still going to score. Pass the ball under the post. It's going to be fine. He's throwing that ball out the back of his hands and it bounces off the Eels player forward. That's fine. Need a tuk gift for India. Hey, listen, we'll do it. I think we need another 10 members. I think we need 10 more members to get another gift because we've got as many as we have already. 54 to 60 with the kit to come. Bailey Lloyd says, even though Tigers lost round 1, I still think they'll be better this year. I don't agree. But we'll see. Happy to be proven wrong. Happy to be proven wrong. They gave up 51 missed tackles. The team they played are predicted bottom 4, and the team they played had a less than 60% completion rate. So I would say that game should not be a positive light for the Tigers, just losing by 2 to a potential bottom 4 team whilst they were at home. And they were up 8-0 in that game. So, no, I will personally disagree. But I will wait to see it prove me wrong. And you're going to get Tigers fans who are going to come out and say, oh, Blaze, you're just a hater. You hate the Tigers. No, I don't hate the Tigers. I like the Tigers fan base. But I'm just a realist in regards to waiting for the team that has won 3 wooden spoons in a row to prove to me that they're not going to get their 4th wooden spoon in a row. God forbid you predict the team who came last for 3 years to come last again. God forbid. My game highlight says, surely Jason Riles must be regretting getting rid of RCG now as we have had no strength through the middle. I haven't seen Junior Bollo run the ball hard all game. I haven't seen Junior Bollo run the ball today. Obviously, he has at some point, but it hasn't clocked on with my memory. Oh, Mitchell with the 10 gifted memberships. All right, the party started. Now I can get the tuk. Mitchell, were you so desperate for were you desperate for the tuk gift? That's why you did it. That will be a funny gift, to be fair. That will be a very funny gift. But I appreciate you, Mitchell. You're a legend, bro. Thank you very much for the 10 gifted memberships. Main star, Anderson Jr. Oh, my boy from Brazil. Declan. You got Adam Smart. You got Scott at Sports Roustabout. Brett Neslick. James McPaul. Daniel Teichman. Matt Leeds. And Josh 19990 all get the memberships. Get around here, Mitchell, you big bopper Tigers fan. As Sports says, I can't wait for the vlogs, Blaze, from Vegas and Hawaii. First Vegas vlog is on BCAL Travel. Literally tomorrow, brother. Literally tomorrow. Appreciate you. But yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Tigers fan. HPT with the $8 into donation. Get around your son says, might need a special 100 bomb gift just for when we play 100 bomb. What would we call that? We've got the 50 bomb, we've got the 60 slammer, we've got the freaking 40, we've got the sexy 70, the electric 80, naughty 90. I think we said the horny hunch or something. Yeah, we'll go the horny hunch. Has to be a horny hunch. No team's ever going to score a horny hunch. But if they do, I don't even think we've got a gift for the 60 slammer. We need definitely one for that. The hunchy bomb. Now, I think we've got to go with the horny hunch. Because I tell you what, the fans of that team would definitely be getting horny at a hunch. Definitely. I was very desperate. Hey, Mitchell, I get it. A little tuk driving over there in that chat over there. That's the way to go. We want to see that. I'll be over the tuk-tuks by then, but I'll be over people, tuk-tuk drivers trying to scam me 24/7 by that point. But, it is what it is. It is what it is. That'll be an interesting video. It's me dealing with scammers. Right, says apparently Bolo has played 32 minutes and has only run the ball 3 times for 18 metres. That is disgraceful. I'm going to go confirm that for you. Player stats, Eels. So, Junior Bolo has played 32 minutes. He's got 3 runs for 18 metres. He's got 10 post-contact. So that means that he's got 8 metres prior. 10 post-contact is more than the amount of metres he's actually run with no contact. He's got 3 hit-ups. He's made 20 tackles with 2 misses. So his defense hasn't been too bad. 20 tackles, 2 misses is fine, especially in a 56-6 game. But that's disgraceful in regards to 3 runs for 18 metres. Especially when you're meant to be one of the leaders. 20 minutes to go here. Well, 19 minutes to go here, guys. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. Bing bong. Bing bong. Fire it up. Ryan said, I don't see the Eels making the top 8 this year. Ryan, what did you think the Eels were going to make the top 8 before the year started? Can someone please, for the people who watched my preseason predictions video, where did I put them? I think I had Tigers last. I had Warriors 16th. I might have had maybe Dolphins 15th. And I think I might have had the Eels 14th. Where did I have the Eels? I dead set can't remember. Pappenhausen get a little bit of a step going. Wishart. Oh, 10 out of 30, 4 tackle. Junior Paulo-Hato is having a field day. Oh, Josh Ryan, was it, Mitchell? I think it's Josh Ryan who comes in and hates Junior Paulo every single day of the week. Oh, boy. Right, so I guess the defense makes sense with the scoreline. Defense makes sense. They chase it through. That's not a good kick at all. And the Eels will get a 7 tackle set from the 20. 7 tackle mundo set from the 20. God, if you're an Eels fan, this would be such a tough watch right now. Such a tough watch. Give me 1 second here. Give me 1 second, you guys. Okay, we're back. You had him in 12. In 12. Okay, who did I have below me? I definitely had because I had the Titans 11th, I think. Oh, did I put us 13th? No, I didn't. No, I would have put us in 11th, I think. Because I had Tigers 17th, I had Warriors 16th. I think I had the Dolphins in 15th. I think I might have had the Knights then in 14th. Maybe I had the Knights in 14th. But does anybody else ever wonder what Bandwagon Bass is up to nowadays? The only time I ever wonder what Bandwagon Bass is up to nowadays is when you mentioned Bandwagon Bass just now. Outside of that, the answer is no. The answer is no. I do not care for what Bandwagon Bass is doing in his life. All right, so that's going to be Eels taking over the sideline, and Storm will get the ball here at 10. Eels are just waiting for a mate, PNG. I tell you, the Papua New Guinea coming into this league is going to be very fun, but very concerning. Papua New Guinea could have very similar scorelines to this throughout their first year in the comp. And Papua New Guinea fans know I love Papua New Guinea Rugby League. I get around them. You know, I'm super happy for them. But a lot of Papua New Guinea fans know where I'm coming from too. Jared Choices, I kind of find it funny when Para gets belted. Melbourne has been superb. Melbourne has been superb. Power rankings video is going to be interesting. Like, I think I've got to put Melbourne back up into first. I really do. Storm nearly got away. PNG won't last 10 years. I don't think the NRL would admit to that. I don't think the NRL would let that happen. Just like the Titans got bought by the NRL in 2017, 2016 or whatever it was. Maybe it might have been 2015, so they didn't go under. Around that time anyway. But a bat, Eels ball here at 20. I feel like the NRL will have an American team eventually. Bailey, I want you to rethink your comment. Okay. I want you to pretend you're Peter V'landys right now. How does an American team work in this competition? How do you put forward the idea of an American team working in the NRL? Chase's Bailey is drunk. I want to hear how he suggests this. I want to hear, put yourself in Peter V'landys' shoes, put yourself in the NRL shoes. How do you make an NRL team work in America? My game highlight says last year the Eels debutants were their best players, and Riley Smith on debut has probably had the most tackles in the game. It's because they've got more hunger, clearly. You'd think for a team with no comp at 39 years, they'd have more hunger. Lomax flicks the ball back on the inside, and Eels still with the ball. They put this ball over the top, and Pappenhausen will get taken down to the 7. That's a high tackle. Penalty, yep. That is a penalty. Blitzy says, if PNG's team ever wins the comp, then it'll be the craziest thing to ever happen. Papua New Guinea winning the comp, I would genuinely say God bless the country of Papua New Guinea, because that would be a shit fight that night. When Philadelphia, and I say this all the time, when Philadelphia won the NFL championship for the first time, someone stole an ostrich from the zoo and rode it down the main street of Philadelphia. That's a first world, civilized, westernized country in Philadelphia, which is a big city. Could you imagine if Papua New Guinea, who are obsessed with rugby league to the point that there are literally violent things that happen over state of origin when they're not even from Queensland or New South Wales. There are violent things that happen over state of origin. If Papua New Guinea won the comp, that country may cease to exist. They would go that crazy. It may cease to exist. Pappenhausen, knock on Storm. Knock on Storm, and it'll be Eels ball at halfway point. Bailey's retract this message. Bailey, you're allowed an opinion. It's just it's not going to happen. But I would love to see why you think the way you think. I would love for you to suggest how an NRL team works in America. If you were to tell me that America is shaping up for a professional competition in like 2035, 2040, sure. Then I'd listen to that. But I'll just answer the question for you because I know you don't want to. It would never work. Take it from me, who just was in America over the last week. The flight is too long. The time zones are completely different. And it could not work. It does not work at any stage. Any level of the imagination. Blizzy says, that's right. That was the sanest thing to happen in Philly. That was the sanest thing to happen in Philly, Mitchell. You are right. Ted says, how to get USA to love NRL, get rid of 2 players, no scrums. Oh, I'm describing gridiron. From someone who was in Vegas, man, Americans get around if they see it, if they know about it. If they know about it and they see it in Vegas, they love it. Trust me, there was many Americans who I spoke to that enjoyed the game. Many Americans. Second tackle here for the Eels at the 5. But they just don't know about it. It's on a shit time. Like right now in Hawaii, it's... Eels are going to score. Eels are going to score. And there you go. The Eels will score to make it 56-10 with the kick to come. Right now in Hawaii, it's 4:43 p.m. yesterday. And then LA is like, 3 hours? No, it's 8:40. Sorry, it's 8:43 p.m. in Hawaii yesterday. And then LA would be 9:43, 10:43, 11:43? Time in LA. 10:43 p.m. So that's the Western time zone. Time in Chicago. It is 12:43 a.m. You don't want to know what the East is with New York and Philadelphia and Washington and whatnot. Time in New York, 1:43 a.m. So it just doesn't work, man. And people it's so hard for them to get into it because of the time zones. Like, for example, when I was streaming the Broncos-Eels game the other night from Hawaii, which is the best time zone, Hawaii is the best time zone for the NRL, the game started at 11 p.m. at night. The game started at 11 p.m. And that's the best time slot. So that means that in LA it would have been like 1 a.m. start time, Chicago would have been 3 a.m. and New York would have been 4 a.m. So it doesn't make sense. Right says, can you imagine an American team in the NRL having to go to New Zealand 1 week, then back to America, then going to Melbourne? Like, if you wanted to be pedantic about it, you would say the first half of the season. Toronto kind of did this with the Toronto Wolfpack and the Super League, where they'd go like for one half of the season in like North America, and then the other half they'd go to Europe or whatever it was. I think that's how it used to work, but obviously it didn't work. So the Eels will get the kick from the sideline, and it'll be 56-12. With 10 minutes to go at the game, thumbs up and subscribe. You know what to do. Go check out BK Travel. Las Vegas vlogs start tomorrow on BK Travel. But it says, would only make us look worse at the game we made. What would? PAPD praise that they don't win the Super Bowl. PAPD? Mate, Detroit winning the Super Bowl would be detrimental to that city. HPT, we're not getting into politics here, bro. But I can tell you right now, most of the people in this chat probably won't agree with it. And there's a comment. See, this is why we don't talk about politics in the chat, guys. All right, so the Eels now will get this ball here at their own in-goal. I knew that was coming, Jay. I knew as soon as someone mentioned an anti-Trump thing that someone was going to post a positive Trump thing. Hey, he is a positive, though. At least Trump didn't shit himself in an Engadine Macca's, like one of our prime ministers. That will always be so funny. Sharks fans. How about him? How about him? Third tackle now at the 40. For the bottom of the squeals. For the squeals. Fourth tackle now. Does ScoMo still have a membership at the Sharks? I swear a few years ago or something that there was a suggestion that he was getting rid of his membership or something, which is odd. Why? Oh my gosh. Blocker Roach just said that Bartlett's been alright. Blocker Roach has just said that Junior Bartlett's been alright today. Oh my gosh. No, I think they took his seat away. So first tackle now for the Storm at the 15. And that'll be a penalty. Knock on from the Storm. Be a knock on. Can they hit the 60 slammer? There's still 8.5 minutes to go. The Eels are going to have the ball. Jack Howarth, I think, is having a bit of a cramp right now. Bit of a crampola. The crampola. Jeez, I'm going to get up so early tomorrow for this. We don't claim ScoMo in our fan base. He's your number one fan, mate. Number one fan, Coronella. He's your number one fan, Coronella. No, he only had one while he was PM for publicity. I swear he had a membership before and after. Like, it could honestly be for publicity. Like, honestly, I don't know enough about the ScoMo situation to say that it wasn't for publicity. So, Eels, honestly, you're up 12-10 in the second half. So, this is a good sign, at least in the second half. ScoMo says the only thing ScoMo is good at is cooking chicken. I don't know what that's about, but sure. That's a positive the Eels fans need to take out of this. At least you are up 12-10 in the second half. Mark Goldbridge is a knob. So third tackle now for the Eels at the 5. The old Forest fans, eh? Old Forest fans. Eels off to Volkman. Gets it down to Dylan Brown. He'll get taken out 3 minutes out. He undercooked chicken and put it on socials. Oh, no. Did you really? Gee whiz. And now fit tackle here. 12 metres away. Can the Eels score one more? They're leading 12-10 in the second half. Can they take it beyond a one-score game in the second half? And that was awful. That was awful on fit tackle. Bliss says bring back Rudd. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Sonny Bill Williams TV back? No. So first tackle now, they'll go out to the left and out to the 20. I would like to see a 60 Schlemmer. You may as well. You may as well do it while you're here. While you're in the vicinity, you may as well give the old 60 Schlemmer a crack. Storm nearly get away, but they'll be taking out the 30, third tackle. Love medium rare chicken. Medium rare chicken. Storm next 5. So they have a bye, I think, next week. And then they've got the Panthers, the Dragons, Manly, Warriors, and Dolphins. Panthers and Manly are 2 tough games in the next 3, that's for sure. 20 attempts here for the Storm. Not enough angle on it. Good kick for distance, but not enough angle on it. I reckon it'd probably be too spicy for Sam, though, Joe. Might be tender, but might be too spicy for Sam. Sam finds salt too spicy. Finds salt too spicy. Which is worrying. It's very concerning. Very concerning. Daniel Tyson with the $2 redo donation from the USV says it's 10-6. Eels had 10 in the first half. Oh, true. Sorry, I forgot that they scored a try in the first half. Daniel Tyson, firstly, thank you for your donation. Secondly, my brain is kind of clocked off from this because I've got a lot of travel to do tomorrow. And the game is well and truly over. But you are correct. Yeah, the Eels did have 6 points in the first half. So the Eels, you are still losing in the second half. I apologise. Scogo says, go get food poisoning in India already. Hey, listen, it's going to be good content, won't it? As a content creator, always considering the content. As long as I survive, as long as I keep on cracking on, it's great content. Fantastic content. Bit of Deli Belly for your evening. I'll send you the videos of me throwing up in the toilet. How about that one, Sam? You like that? You like that one, Skunk? I'll send you the videos for you. Hope you have a good day with it. Forward pass. All right, Eels ball here at the 40. Come with me, I'll show you my shop. See, Jay, that's why it's kind of really good that I've grown up in Fiji, yeah? Because there is a large Indian population in Fiji that do that, the Fijian Indians, and they will do that in downtown, in the town itself of Nandi or Suva or whatnot. So I'm kind of already awake up to that. What I'm nervous about with India is that you really are alone when you're there. you can't really trust anything. Yeah. So the thing that I'm concerned about the most is that as soon as I touch down at Delhi Airport on Tuesday, it's a whole new world you're opening yourself up to. And you just have no idea, and it's chaotic until you get used to it, which you never really get used to it. But until you at least understand the chaos and welcome the chaos, it's a whirlwind apparently. So, mate, I tell you, it's going to be. I'm not looking forward to seeing, the first bit of animal cruelty and stuff in the cities, and I'm definitely not looking forward to seeing people who are maimed and whatnot. But that's life over there. That's society. So it's going to be It's going to be an experience, mate, that's for sure. We need that tuk-tuk gif for when teams don't turn up. That's a good idea, HPT. The tuk-tuk gif will happen. Skunkle, can you actually message me on FB and remind me to make that tuk-tuk gif? I'll have to do it tomorrow or during this week sometime. Database said, I've seen Dogs fans compare Sitili Tupouniua's debut to Sonny Bill Williams. Oh, okay. To Sonny Bill Williams' Dogs debut, I'm so sorry. Sitili, what an insult to be compared to a knobhead. Oh my gosh, Dogs fans. Oh my gosh. Tupouniua was good though. He was. Do I think the Titans will make the 8 this year? I had them in 11th pre-season. I would love to be proven wrong. They make the top 8. I think that they have the potential to make the top 8 for sure. But I haven't seen them play yet. A pre-season game isn't going to sell me on the team yet. I think we've got the talent. Timo back. Desi Hasler. Interested to see how the halves go. Our hookers are great defensively, but not so much attacking-wise from Sammy V and Chrissy Randall. Great fullback. Defensively, I don't know how much has improved, but the Dolphins game was good, but it was a pre-season game. Oh, here we go. Bailey says, not sure about Titans. I feel like Spoon. All right, dude. We've literally beaten you 3 times in a row, bro. Settle it down. And that's going to be an Eels maybe held up. Maybe I'll be held up. They might check this. They may check this. That's peak Broncos though. They win one game and now they think they're top shit. Come on, man. Dead set. Last year, we beat you 38-36 at Suncorp, and also last year, we beat you 46-18 at Cbus. And yet, because of one game against the Sydney Roosters, now we've got old mate thinking that the Broncos are going to win the comp and they're going to go undefeated. Holy shit, man. I literally just gave you an honest answer at the Titans and then you just go for an insult. You're a wanker. So 2:44 to go of the game, 56-16. So now, hey, Daniel Teichman, take that. The Eels 10-10. If they get this kick, they're winning 12-10. Take that, Daniel Teichman. Take that. Take that. Probably made of toothbrush. Hey, by the way, Jay, I saw your mate comment on the preseason predictions video. I'm sure you probably would have seen who I'm talking about. All right, so 56-16 with the kick to come. Who has the more recent wooden spoon? That would be the Broncos. That would be the Broncos, Daz. I've also said many a time I think the Broncos will be good this year. Many a time. On your vid, on the comment section. You'll know who I'm talking about as soon as you see it. It's one of them. You click on the most recent and you'll see what I'm talking about. Lomax will get the kick. So, hey, take that, Daniel Teichman. I was right. The Eels are up 12-10 in the second half. Take that. Take that. 12-10. 12-10. Hey, so now the Broncos actually go back to the top of the table now because it's what? 46, 36, 26, 30. Oh, no. Storm are still on top by 2 points. 38 points is their points differential currently. They would have a plus 38 currently. So they'll be 2 points differential better than the Bronx. Might I add the Broncos started 2-0 in 2020? They did. Yeah, no, you are right. They did start off 2-0 in 2020. Was round 1 or 2 against the Roosters that season? I feel like it might have been. I'm going to quickly look at that. A minute 30 to go here. Eels will bring it back. I'm going to quickly go have a look. 2020. And we go to Broncos. No, it was the Rabbitohs. Oh, that's right. That's right. They lost 59-0 to the Roosters in round 4. That's right. I knew they played them early in the season. They got pumped and Mundost. And Eels are away again here. And now they'll be taken down at the 45. My game highlights is Paulo ran the ball from a kick return. Hey, mate, listen, I'm thinking buy a lottery ticket. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking time to buy a lottery ticket, my game highlights. Thinking time to buy a lottery ticket. I know round 2 is against Souths, yeah. So 4 tackle here for the Eels. Go for a field goal. Take a 2-point field goal, and then they will be tied with the Bronx at the top. After round 1. After round 1, which was spread across 2 weeks, we will be live streaming from Delhi on Thursday. Actually, we'll be on Delhi for all of Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Actually, the next two rounds I'll be in Delhi. Storm get the ball at 35, and that, my friends, is the game of the over. Well, it should be. 17 seconds left here. Roll on, Delhi. Well, it will be in Hong Kong tomorrow, but I think Hong Kong's like 4 hours behind you guys, or 2 hours behind you guys, maybe. No, 2 hours in front of you. No, it's not. It's 2 hours behind. 2 hours behind. Actually, I'll probably be on a similar time zone to you, Jay. I think I'll be on a time zone to you, similar. Anyway, guys, 56-18 to Melbourne over the Parramatta Squeals. 56-18 is the scoreline there. Yeah, look, Eels awful, but at least they won the second half 12-10. The first half they lost 46 to 6, so they didn't concede too much in the second half, but at the end of the day, they were awful. And the only reason the Storm didn't win by more is because they slowed it down to avoid risk and injury, to be fair. But there we go, guys. Officially, the Eels apparently can't win the comp now because they conceded 50. They joined the Sydney Roosters, so there is only 15 teams left in the competition. Hope you enjoyed the stream. We will see you guys for a couple of videos this week, plus also the streams on Thursday. Don't forget to go check out the Las Vegas vlogs that are starting from tomorrow on BKR Travel in the pinned comment. Go check that out. You won't regret it. Hope you guys enjoy that as I look for my new style over there on the travel content as well. Hit that thumbs up button, subscribe if you're new, and fire it up. Let's see how we go for the rest of the season. That was only 1 round. Don't write off anyone just yet, except for maybe the Roosters and the Eels, who've conceded 50+. But all right, guys, I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Catch you later. See ya.